Vaya, señoras y señores, we are back. It's me, your friendly neighborhood Hebot, action figure enthusiast and video game aficionado. Now, today, as you know, I am the world's most powerful gamer, but I am here with the masters of the video game universe. And those are my panel members that are gladly joining me today because today is a special one. We're trying to assemble to do a AAA giveaway. You heard it right. Not a single A, not a double A. In the vein of PlayStation and Xbox, right? That PlayStation has all the AAAs and Xbox doesn't. Today we're doing a AAA giveaway. And that is, we're giving away a digital copy of the Avengers for the Xbox One. And yes, you heard it right, it's for the Xbox One. Why? Well, because that's our console of choice, and because we know that most people act and say that the Xbox gamers and the Xbox family do not appreciate video games that are quality, that we do not buy our games. That is the false narrative, the false perception. And today we're going to put an end to that by giving away a copy of the game on top of our panel members all going out and buying the game themselves and supporting it. So I'm so glad for everyone that joins us now live and for those who will join us later. Either way, it's all out of love. It's all for gaming. It's all in good fun. I hope you join us in this adventure today and in this podcast and have a good time, basically. But before we do that, I got to introduce my panel members because without these gentlemen here, I would have not had the possibility of doing this giveaway today. So I have to give a big round of applause, and I hope you guys do as well, to them, because without them, this giveaway, I'll say it again, would not have been possible. This was a giveaway that was done, assembled by the panel members of today. Okay, so big thanks to my brother Tuckmaster 785. Introduce yourself and where can they find you?
Hello, everybody. This is your boy DJ Tuckmaster, the original Pony Killer. All I gotta say is this: y'all can reach me on Xbox. Y'all can reach me on Facebook now. Y'all can reach me on Twitter. I'm starting really getting to Twitter now, more into Twitter more, and I just like to be. I'm just proud of all my brothers here, and let's get this thing rolling.
Nice, absolutely. Another big special thanks to none other than my brother from another console, Sega Man. Introduce yourself, brother.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Sega Man 101, back with another podcast of We Got Next, and you can always find me on my YouTube channel at Sega Man 101, and we're gonna have a great time today doing a giveaway, and we have our brothers here like Sega Forever, and we're gonna have a good old time, man, talking about these games.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. Thank you, Sega Man, once again. The other gentleman that made it possible is the brand new Fire. And I'm talking about this man. Don't start him up because he's starting to burn up haystacks from afar. Is the up and coming brother from another console, our little brother, as we like to call him, even though he is our age, we respect him as so. It's just out of love. The one and only Unlimited Productions, my brother. Thank you for joining me. How are you today?
It's always great to be with the crew, man. Always great, man. Oh man, and welcome to Sega Man Forever. Sega Forever. Sorry, man. But yeah, Sega Forever. You're one of those dudes who I've watched for a long time before I started making my opinion videos. I've always enjoyed your content. Cause you know he not only does video games, he'll do tech
That's
like
right.
TV reviews. Actually, I think I found him out by his Hisense 4K TV review. Now that I think about it, but yeah,
That's right.
he's a good dude, man. And I'm glad to be joining him. My first time hanging out
On the panel.
with Sega Forever on the panel. Yeah, but
Absolutely.
hopefully let's have a great show. I know that we have that big giveaway today for the Marvel
Yes.
Avengers games. It sounds like it's a hit and people are enjoying it.
I hope so.
Best Buy screwed me over right now, so I'm a little pissed.
Uh,
But otherwise, yeah, I'm here for a good one.
listen, without you, it wouldn't be possible because you help, you contribute, and because you show nothing but class and love. And that's why we're proud to be with you and you part of us. You are family, like I said. And anyone that joins us is always considered family as long as you're respectful and as long as you are, classy. You'll always be part of our family. And next, I don't have to introduce because, he's a legend, but he has been away for quite some time because family, and life, and like myself, I've been sick trying to get better. So has he, and he's on his way doing a lot of good things, big things, and he's motivating me to get better as well, along with other people such as Tuck, along as other people as Dorian, the new legal. These guys treat me with a lot of love. Big shout outs to 108 Dragons who reached out to me this week as well to see how I was doing. To my brother 100, big shout outs to him. My brother E-Rock, all these guys always try to keep in touch and see how I'm doing. So without further ado, thank you for joining us finally for the first time in a while. Sega Man, or Sega Forever rather. Excuse me. How are you, my brother? Where can they find you?
Hey, what's up, guys? Sega Forever here. On my YouTube channel, it's All In channel now. It used to be Xbox All In. Unfortunately, I don't do a lot of videos, so but you guys can check me out there. And then you'll see me in the comment sections of these guys every once in a while. And that's why thanks for inviting me. I wanted to come on because I've actually following a lot of you guys, the content, and it's just good to get new blood in this Xbox community, especially on social media.
Absolutely.
Because the people that were supposed to be carrying this banner for Xbox, man, these dudes are falling off to the wayside. I don't even know what half of them are doing anymore. I don't even know if they had the system, man, when some of the stuff that these people put out. But
right.
Yeah, I wanted to make it a point to be here, man, because I want to encourage each and every one of you guys, dude, because it's been pretty much a blessing, man. Because it's rough to be an Xbox guy, on social media.
Yeah. Right.
And then I've been watching.
Go ahead.
I've been watching the podcast, man. Watching you guys' videos. It's really it helps that you guys actually like Xbox. It's also good that you guys play the games and actually buy the games. So, this is me just saying this is new blood now. These are the new guys. This is the people that if you guys want to be Xbox, these are the guys you should be following. And I know for some people out there, like I know for my videos, like Unlimited said, the only reason my channel got as big as it did was because I was doing the 4K stuff, which was thanks to Microsoft, which Microsoft gets no credit for that. Because if it wasn't for Microsoft and the Xbox, man, 4K wouldn't be as far as it is now.
Right.
And I never get any credit for that. It's the only reason why I decided to do those videos, because I had to do my own research on it. But what it is, dude, is just having people on here that know the brand. And I know some people like watching other people because maybe they're funny. Or maybe, the person got bigger breasts than them. They have all these different, they have all these different reasons for watching other people. But if you want to watch Xbox, these are the dudes you check out. If you want to know about Xbox, the true Xbox, this is the guys you check out. So, yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, man. And hey, thank you guys for all the compliments. But you're the ones that are pushing it forward, man. Me and Heba, we're getting old. Heba probably won't say that, but I say that.
Yeah. Listen, we are getting old. And these guys, they just have the passion, the love, the respect. And that's what we need. We need positivity. When you do constructive criticism, it's not calling out negativity and saying, oh, yeah, Microsoft, you need to do better. It's no, Microsoft, this is what might work, and this is what we're feeling. Consider it and think about it, and maybe it might work in your favor. That's what I consider positive constructive criticism. But again, everybody does their platform differently and do things differently. So without further ado, my next panel member and final member, but also the only guy, one of the only Latino brothers that I can still rock out with, because, there's not many of us out here, and the ones that were here, we had our differences. We may not really talk at the moment, but I still have love for my brothers because, they helped me in many ways and gave me opportunity in many ways. I don't have no malice towards anyone. But he's a new blood. He should have been here a long time ago because he's been here since the beginning, just behind closed scenes, just like a lot of people like Megatron, like Tim Dog, that they contributed to the community and gaming community a whole lot, and people may not know about it, but he has done the same. And what without his support, like Unlimited, like people like Judgezilla, which is Unlimited, or Starboy, and things like that, or Mr. Kima, we would have never had our platforms grow. And I'm the type of person I like to give credit and opportunity to those that have been there helping me since day one. And I can't stress this enough with my brother Phase 114. Welcome, brother. How are you? Thanks again for making this possible. Let them know where they can find you.
Hey, what's up, man? Phase 114. You can find me at Phase 114 on Instagram, and I'm also on YouTube, Phase 114. I just started doing content again. Just follow me, man. It's always an honor doing these podcasts with these guys. Like Sega Man, He-Bot. It's not just participating. I'm actually learning from these guys, and I always thank them for taking me under their wing and showing me how things work around in these daily streets. So you can catch me on those two things, and I'm ready to go. Let's rock out, man.
Nice, thank you. And as you guys see, we're 11 minutes in and still haven't even gotten to the subject. So I got to speak a little more because there's a couple of rules that we got to set out. First of all, like I said, I want to give big shout outs to E-Rock, the new legal, because this show was started between me and him. This is our show. He's still part of this show. But I want to give you guys a reasoning why you guys see me have only certain people sometimes. And that's one of the reasons, because I only can do this through the free version, right? I don't have the means right now to do the version where I can add more people. And that's because I don't really stream and do the We Got Next podcast frequently. If I was able to do it frequently, then I would make the investment. But because I don't, due to my condition, my family, and all the things going on, I don't feel that it's, smart enough for me to make that investment to have the better options, to add more people, add more graphics, intro, et cetera, because it's going to be a waste of my money if I'm only doing one or possibly two shows a month. For those of you who wonder, well, why is not legal all the time there? Why is 100 not there all the time? Why is, Master Chief not there? Big shout outs to Master Chief, which I've been speaking to in ages as well. I love him very much. I just haven't had the time to be on Xbox, and I haven't spoken to him because he's behind the scenes on Xbox directly. And, to New Legal, all these guys that are doing good work in a positive way, people like Livewire as well, and 108 Dragon, and even the gentleman that rocks out with League. Oh my God, I forgot his name. Oh, the General Johnson. All these guys that do great work in a positive way. So I wanted to get that clear in there, so you guys don't think that it's because I'm picking and choosing panel members. I'm supposed to still have other people like NWO Prime and also Starboy, and I also reached out to Mr. Kima, and I told them when they're ready, they're more than welcome, and also Megatron. So because He-Bot is not a liar and he's not a fraud. I love my community, and for you guys that tune in weekly, people like Agent Sleepy or Secret or not Agent. I forget his name. The guys that rock out with us in the comments, you know who you are. If you guys ever want to be part of the panel, just hit me up, and I'll be more than glad to have you guys on, because I know you guys are good people, because you're here showing us by your love and support. That's the first thing. Secondly, want to lay out some of the rules for the giveaway. After we're done with the show, we'll do the giveaway, of course, and I want to lay out some of the rules. Now, the rules is, first and foremost, you got to go and subscribe to each and every single one of us and our channel. That's rule number one. Unlimited, Sega Man, Sega Forever, Phase, and Tuckmaster. Even though he's not really on the scene, but still, it's a principle. Go subscribe to their channels. They deserve it because they made this giveaway possible. That's rule number one. Rule number two, I want you guys to leave in the comment section down below why you want to play this game, what's the reason why you're so excited, or whatever the reason it may be, as best as possible, as short as possible. And what we'll do at the end is we'll pick out from the best comment and let you guys know who won, right? But the third thing is not a rule, but the third thing is when we pick the winner, all I'll do is I will ask you to DM me your gamer tag on Xbox, either on Twitter via DM, right? Because you got to follow us on Twitter as well. That's another thing I'm going to ask you guys. Follow us on Twitter, please, because it helps us in every way. And when you follow us, I'll DM you, or I'll DM you. You DM me on Twitter, right, or even Instagram if you choose to follow me there, and I will send me the gamer tag, and I will gift you today as soon as the show is over. I will gift you the game via digital so that you can play it today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Okay, that's the only things you got to follow. Those 4 things: follow us and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram as well if you choose to. Leave a comment of why you're excited to play, and then you'll DM me via those social media mediums. So, guys, we're going to get right into the show. We're going to get right in. We spoke enough. Thank you for those tuning in live. Yeah, what's up?
Give them my Twitter, because my Twitter is not the Tuck Master 785. It's Miguel.
Okay.
You know how my Twitter
is.
is.
Miguel Tucker. Okay, no problem. I'll put it down in the description below once the video is loaded up. I'll put it right in the description. But It is Miguel Tucker. All one word, and capital M, I believe, and capital T. So, guys, first topic of the day, I have just 3 at hand right now because I wanted to make the show short and sweet. I didn't want to overwhelm everybody. It is Saturday. We don't want to spend all Saturday talking to, old man Hebot. So, or old nanny Hebot, like they like to say on Twitter. So, first thing I want to say is the Avengers game has came. It's on fire. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's what any, not only comic guru, but any video game fan that been playing games for years would have dreamed of in an assembled game, which me being personally a DC fan, and so is Unlimited. I know Sega Forever is a Marvel fan, but me and Unlimited, we are DC fans, would only want to wish for us to get a Justice League game like this, which hopefully we'll get down the road after this Knights, Arkham Knights comes out, or Gotham Knights. And it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. It's from the people who did Tomb Raider, and the developers rather. And, I'm excited to play it. I played the beta, and then after I played the beta, I just played the game, the real thing, and the HDR, the game quality, the graphic textures. It's absolutely stunning. It plays really beautiful. The animations are on point. Everything is just absolutely on another level. It's definitely showing the power of the Series X, and I'm pretty sure to a certain extent the prowess and power and capabilities of the PlayStation 4 Pro. Okay, so that's one of the things I want to get from each and every one of you. What your thoughts and your ideas of these games and how you think of them so far, and if you haven't, well, what you feel when you do get to play them. Now, what I do want to say, the second part to that is, why is it that I'm seeing all this hype, right, for this game only from a certain amount of people, right? But yet the Xbox so-called community that promoted the Sony PlayStation Spiderman PS4 game they're more marketing than Sony themselves and then their own fans that promoted this game, that were on the Xbox side, or the Xbox community base side, right? Why are these guys are not out here promoting the game now that it's a multi-plat and we have the ability to play the game? Okay, that's rubbing me the wrong way. So I want to get you guys' thoughts. Like, the hypocrisy could have been at an all-time high in any more apparent way than it is right now. Because if these dudes were promoting Spider-Man because they enjoyed it, that's fine. But this is supposed to be the same exact thing we're supposed to have now because Xbox has a game finally. We didn't have Ultimate Alliance 3. So why now that we have a big AAA Marvel game, all I'm seeing is people trying to say that the game is not good enough or that the game is not quality enough, when that's a bunch of BS. Okay? Because it's the Tomb Raider developers. They do not make garbage. Okay? And it shows in the game. So why now you're not fighting the good fight for Microsoft and the Xbox brand that you so-called love? Because I don't want to hear it, because of DLC. Because that's the case, and you're so entwined with the DLC, that you would just buy both versions, okay, to support both platforms, if that's the case. If you really need to play that DLC. I know I would. See, but I won't do that because I don't need to play the DLC. I can care less, okay? And if I do buy it, I'll buy it when it's $5 on the PlayStation because I have that option. It's my decision. So, people, I'll start with you, FaZe, because I know you said you had to leave and you couldn't stay long, okay?
Okay.
What do you think about this, FaZe? How do you feel about this as an Xbox brethren and an Xbox fan, that you see all this rhetoric when it comes to PlayStation, when everybody was amazed by, oh my God, this is incredible because it's on PlayStation. It's Spider-Man PS4 when we had 36 games and they never talked about them before. And then Spider-Man PS4 became a hit, which is great for Marvel and great for us because we're going to get more quality games. But now you don't see the same enthusiasm in the Xbox community from the so-called Xbox promoters that promoted it for PlayStation.
It basically comes to it's pretty simple. What it is you got a lot of Xbox people. We talked about this on the XL podcast before. You got a lot of people that don't. It's like they want. You got a certain set of fan base that they kind of want Xbox to be kind of like PlayStation or deliver like PlayStation type games. So that, they feel like they want that. That's how they're gonna get that hype for that. But it's like they need to focus on what platform they like. If they truly like the platform that they like and they truly like Xbox, just accept the games that you get, play the game and enjoy it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, if you like that PlayStation version that much, you want to like support that Avengers title, then buy both. But I mean, like a person that truly play Xbox, I'm gonna enjoy the game because of the studio and everything. I look at the whole Spider-Man thing like it's just a little stupid perk. I mean, I don't really need that to enjoy the game. You know what I mean? But gamers need to stop letting other people or other fan bases dictate their enjoyment of a game. You know what I'm saying? If it comes to your platform, just looking at an opportunity, it's another game you get to play and you're going to enjoy it. It's still a good game. You know what I mean? People need to stop being manipulated by or influenced by what other platforms have or what other platforms are playing or whatever. You know, enjoy your platform and that's it. You know? I mean, the game looks good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I mean? From what I'm hearing from people, they're really enjoying it.
Right,
you know?
right.
But that's what it comes down to. It's just, I think too many people caught up on what the other brands are doing, and they're not focusing on what their so-called preferred brand is. Because if you're really an Xbox-centric player, that shouldn't even be a topic or issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Without question, it should be automatic. Yo, I'm getting this on Xbox.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's like it's automatic. It's like, yo, look, if an Xbox game come out, right? I'll be like, look, you know what? This is the Xbox version. It's like I make comparisons to the previous generation, right? You remember back in the days, they had like a Super Nintendo version of a game, and then you had a Genesis version of a game.
Yep.
Everybody knew, right? The PlayStation, the Xbox. I mean, I'm sorry. Everybody knew the Genesis version was gonna have the better audio, right?
Right.
And,
right. Or the blood.
Or the Super NES version was gonna have some graphical BS that maybe the Sega Genesis version didn't have. But we enjoyed it because you know what? We were like, you know what? This is the Genesis version. I know what I'm gonna get on my Genesis version, and this is what I'm gonna get. And this is what I enjoy because I'm enjoying it on my system, my platform. This is what I like. If you're a true fan of what you like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And you'd hit the nail on the head. If they really care that much about the game, they would have bought both versions. So they're full of crap. They're full of crap. Bullshit.
Right.
Fake ass
games. And you remember too that when we were growing up in our era, the thing was we would do what we do now. We'll buy the one from our preferred platform, and then whenever we saw it cheaper for the other console that we got, which was the Super Nintendo, let's say, then we bought that version to have both. You understand? It was never a question of, oh, well, then, I'm not buying it because this one doesn't have it. We would buy the one we preferred first that was on a preferred platform. That was never without question,
Right.
So great. Yeah, I agree. And I mean, how does it make you feel, though? I don't know if you said that. Does it rub you the wrong way or you just...
No, it does. It rubbed me, but I put it this way. It's bittersweet because it rubbed me the wrong way because I feel that, if you're gonna claim that you like your brand, if you're an Xbox gamer, right? You should keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And show loyalty to your brand, buy the game that you want to get to your brand, support your ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? But it also, it's also sweet in a way because the true gamers know who the fake people are. When you see this thing, and you have a mind and you're clear about what you play and what your player platform is, you're going to know who the fake people are. And then that's just, all you're doing is telling me who to block or who to mute. Like when I see that, like I just know the fakes. They're just exposing themselves every single time. It's just a shame that, you got people acting like they are real
They kind of expose
Xbox fans.
themselves.
They're
Yeah, yeah,
exposing
they expose
themselves. They're
themselves.
exposing
Yeah, yeah,
themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's a
yeah,
shame
yeah.
that you got fake people. You know, just fucking jump on the other platform already, man. Just stop fucking bullshitting. You know.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay. Next, I was, good answer. I agree. I agree. My brother, our young blood, unlimited. I know you have something to say. Let me know what's your thoughts, brother.
I know what he gotta say. He gonna
Yeah.
say something.
All right. Yeah. But before I get to the main point,
Oh,
man, look, like you said, he bought. I'm a DC guy at heart,
that's right.
and and for me, when it comes to superhero games, I definitely prefer playing as heroes over the villains. So I'm gonna be supporting Gotham Knights day one, and I
That's
hope
right.
the Suicide Squad game leads to a Justice League game. That's
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 right.
my hope.
That's right.
But on this Avengers, all right. So from the moment that I noticed everybody hating on the game, I had to call it out.
You did.
Because the hate came out of nowhere. There's no reason, absolutely. The only reason why people hated the Avengers game was to prop up Spider-Man, and the people who propped up Spider-Man never played a Spider-Man game before 2018.
Yes,
And I
sir.
know this because the moment the rumor, not the rumor, but it was confirmed that Spider-Man was going to be DLC for PlayStation only. That's the only time in this window that Avengers got any form of love, and I guess that they hate it now that the DLC ain't coming until 2021 when the player base is going to be pretty small by then.
Right.
As all games do a year after release, outside of the big multiplayer games.
It's the hype. It's the hype. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean and I say it all the time, man. Stop letting other people control the narrative. Stop letting the Sony fans who hate on everything control these narratives. And because the Avengers game, from my understanding, is being pretty well received now that people are actually playing it. And it's funny when you play a game, reviews don't fucking matter. How long have we said stuff like that? Reviews don't matter.
Right.
All these stupid ass hot clickbait videos don't matter. When you
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
the game and you realize, oh snap, I'm having fun. You realize all the outside stuff it never
Never
amounts to
mattered.
anything.
That's right.
Never.
That's right.
And that's why I tell people, man, think for yourself. Stop letting people control the narrative. And then, like Faye said, man, there's the subset of Xbox gamers who just want it to be PlayStation 2.0.
Yeah.
And so they were propping up Spider-Man as the greatest superhero game ever, which is not. It's not even top 5 if you ask me. Because off the top of my head, better superhero games I've played, all 4
Well, it's a
Batman
lot.
Arkham games, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the 1 and 2. My personal favorite superhero game, before Gotham Knights might take the crown, is X-Men Legends 2, and that was back from like
Right.
2005, I
Right.
think.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
Absolutely
yeah.
love that
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Hmm.
The Injustice series is better. Injustice 1 and 2, absolutely fantastic and gorgeous looking games, by the way, that runs very well on the Xbox One X.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And for Spider-Man alone,
Yeah.
Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, the one where you play as the 4 different Spider-Man, that one was
Yes.
really good. Spider-Man Webs of Shadows, I think that was a really good open world style. And that one had, at the time, a lot of games were doing the Mass Effect style morality system. So with that game, you could, if you went with the black suit, Venom style Spider-Man, you'll have the bad ending, and the traditional Spider-Man would have the good ending, and so on and so forth.
Right.
So the people who propping it up, you know, they clearly never play. They clearly don't give a damn about superhero games like I do, like they all do. For many of us Marvel fans, superhero fans, comic fans, whatever the case may be. So it's just so, and it just gets old to see people hate on everything, proven wrong when a game comes out. And and there's still people that are still trying to hang on to their hate about how this is the buggiest game they ever played, which that's no way fucking possible. We live in a world where Bethesda games are released, so you can't tell me nothing. And those games are notoriously buggy upon release.
Right.
But yeah, man, stop letting people control these narratives. Stop letting don't. And then I'll never understand hating on games that you don't even play.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
or before a game come out, and then trying to hate on Crystal Dynamics. Come on, y'all. It was something that was never gonna work. Never, ever, ever gonna
Right.
work. It was just crazy to me. So,
Right.
so whoever wins the Avengers games, from my understanding, y'all in for a real treat. If Best Buy
Yeah.
could send me this damn pickup email, I'll be enjoying it with y'all too. But unfortunately, I can't play it yet until Best Buy stops screwing me over. But that's for another day. It's not really something to talk about right now.
Okay. Great answer. Great answer. Yeah, Emmanuel, I'm trying to figure out how to do that right now. Remember, I'm still a little bit new to this whole setup with StreamYard. I'm trying to set it up the activation where you can see the comments at the same time with the chat as we're talking. I'll figure it out. Once I figure it out, I'll put it up. All right. I'm listening. I'm watching you guys. Flip, thank you for stopping by. 100, what's up, my brother? We got to get you in here, Flip, one day too as well when you get the chance. Shinyu Elite, thank you for stopping by, my brother. It was a pleasure.
What's up, 100? What's up, Flip?
Megatron, thank you for stopping by. PKE Entertainment. What's up, brother? Thank you for stopping by. Truth Hurts, thank you for stopping by. Whether you're being a troll or not or negative, that's all right. At least you're coming to give me support. Thank you for always sleeping on my sack. I appreciate it. Anyway, guys, next I have the one and only. I have the one and only, my brother. You know what, Tuck Master, tell me what you think. How do you feel about this, Tuck? I want to hear what you got to say, Tuck.
Okay, let me tell you right now. But number one, I'm gonna break it down. Who gives a rat's ass? Okay. Right. I mean, it's a game. Enjoy your game, and that's it. And I mean, now let me ask you this. Now, did I hear you say the Spider-Man DLC? I mean, is it already on there already?
No, it's not coming until 2021.
Okay, right. Wait a second. The DLC won't be coming until 2021.
Yes, that's what they said. Yeah.
The Spider-Man.
Yes, that's what they said.
Oh my God, who gives a fuck about that? I mean, we're talking about a year later. Nobody ain't gonna be interested.
Chuck, listen, we're just a messenger, Chuck. It's not our fault.
I'm just saying nobody's ain't gonna be interested in that game in a year. I mean, it's like I told you when Tomb Raider came out. It's an exclusive to the Xbox for a year. After the year's up, nobody's not even gonna care for that game. So it's an exclusive to the Xbox. Man, oh my God, I didn't even know that. I mean, that is just, that's mind blowing. So, I thought they already had the DLC for the game already. So I'm telling you right now, y'all. Why this? Ooh, man, these ponies, man, and these Xbox so-called dudes, man, they get on my damn nerves, man. They just really do. They just need to grow up. That's all I got to say about that, man. But I'm glad somebody mentioned that up because I didn't know that knuckle DLC ain't gonna be out until whenever. Man, please, God, man, please. So that's all I got to say about that, man. So these Xbox so-called dudes and these PS4 dudes can all go and suck it, okay? Because that's just stupid. I mean, oh my God! I mean, that is just mind-blowing. My mind right now, my mind is stuck on what you just said. A year later.
Well, look, let me tell you something, Tuck. Because Unlimited said when he played Spider-Man, I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 2, right, on the Xbox One. He was putting up gameplay and pictures just like I did of him playing it, and he said, "I'm really enjoying it. It's a really good game, very underrated, right?"
Right.
And you should have seen all the freaking frauds coming to his comments. Man. Oh, the game's trash, the game's garbage, and then you ask them, "Well, you played it? Let me see." Oh, some of them try to put up that they played on 360. I was like, "You do know playing on 360 and the Xbox One is a different thing, at least as the overall look, loading." the experience of better
Oh my!
quality performance. You know what I mean? And it's incredible. It's incredible. Oh yeah, So it's funny how they did that. But anyway, either way, I just wanted to let you guys know, know that was terrible.
Well, I'm leaving that on y'all. So yeah, I'm glad that somebody cleared that up for me because I didn't know that. I mean,
yeah.
I thought they already had Spider-Man DLC on day one since the game come out.
Yeah,
So,
I'm glad. So you know who we got to talk to, okay? Because he has always a lot to say, and he always got a lot of hate on top of that. But my brother Sega Man, let me know how you feel about this, brother. How do you feel about it? How does it rub you to see these so-called Xbox community that are so Xbox brand centric and more sub counts than anyone else out there, and they touted and promoted Spider-Man PS4 more than Sony themselves. They marketed it more than the Sony fans, but yet now they're quiet and all you hear is crickets when it comes to the Avengers game that's obviously on the Xbox console.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, we ain't good.
All right. Let's Sega Man come out and pretend I'm your dad, okay?
Uh-oh.
All right. Stop. All right, you ready? All right. Stop being young and restless, fans. Stop crying. Strap up your bootstraps, and grow a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, ooh,
Is this?
Sega.
I don't understand. He bought these guys, man. As soon as, because I was there when they were talking about. As soon as it came out that we weren't getting it, they cried and whined about
Right.
Spider-Man not being in the game. They need to understand something. Look what's better. We have the better version of the game. First of all, you know what I mean.
Right.
It looks and plays better on the Xbox One X. Okay, but just like
Right.
FaZe and Unlimited said, like I didn't know about when they said that they was gonna that the DLC was coming. Was it 2021?
21, yeah. We don't know how far 2021. I'm assuming it's probably early, maybe April, maybe March, But yeah, 2021. That's the word.
So you can still enjoy the game without Spider-Man being in it. Yes, in a way, okay. All right, so it ain't fair, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the game. There's also other great characters that are in the Avengers game. Now
Right.
I didn't get a chance to even play the I didn't even get a chance to play the beta he bought. I got to it too late. I downloaded it,
Oh,
but
for
it told
real?
me
Wow, that's
yeah
terrible.
it told me it was too late to play it. But for what I could see, I can't really say because I didn't play it, but it looks pretty good. It looks really fun. It looks very action packed. You know what I'm saying? The Hunk looked incredible in the game. It
Oh, yeah.
just it looks it's fire. Even though it
Well,
doesn't have Spider-Man in it, it's a fire game. It's fire, man.
well, I'll be honest with
You
you.
know?
I think Miss Marvel, she plays very similar to Spider-Man in the sense that she uses her stretching abilities to swing. So she kind of has like a feel to Spider-Man. And Black Widow feels very agile. She feels very like acrobatic. And Hulk is heavy but really powerful. He does a lot of damage. Captain America is the most balanced, I think, out of all of them. He has just tremendous moves, martial arts, raw, throwing his weapons. He feels really good. They all feel good. They all have their unique style. Iron Man is probably my least interesting one because when you're flying with him and when you're moving with him, it kind of
Yeah.
feels stiff. But I think
Yeah.
that's a deliberate thing because he's made, he's in a robot suit, mechanical suit. I think, and plus his power is more about, shooting projectiles and stuff, not really powers within, because he's not a mutant, right, so to speak. So
Yeah.
I think it's a deliberate choice, and I think it makes sense. And obviously, last but certainly not least, Thor. Thor feels strong, but I think they were trying to hold back a little bit with him. Unless when you unlock more moves, it's different because he feels OP. He feels really, really too powerful. Remember, he's a god, So
Yeah. Yeah.
to the certain extent, I think that's the reason why. But moving on, so that we can get the thoughts from our brother that is our special guest for today. I guess he obviously he's a panel member as well because he needs no invitation. Our brother Sega Forever. I know you haven't really played the game, but I know you see videos and streams, and you know what saw and you know what happened with the PlayStation, with the PS4, Spider-Man, and things of that nature. So, to the best of your ability, with your honest opinion and your knowledge and your soft-spoken skills of speaking and intellect, please let us know what you think, my brother.
Just first of all, man, I'm like cracking up over here because I have my mic off as my neighbor's cutting the yard. So I didn't leave my mic on.
That's okay.
But yeah, I thought it was funny, especially what Unlimited said.
Yeah, Unlimited is a hoot. Hey, UK Dust, how are you? Thank you for stopping by.
What cracked me up about the whole Spider-Man thing is kind of like me, man. I've been so entrenched in Game Pass that I haven't really been able to breathe, man. I mean, we get the amount of games that you have in Game Pass, and not shovelware, man. We're old school, dude. We know what shovelware is. We've been to the electronic boutique, paying $50, $2 for some of those cases games. We know what shovelware is, and the stuff they have on Game Pass is just amazing. Like I'm playing Undermine right now, and that game is awesome. That's just one of many. So I haven't had, I saw that you were on my list when I pulled up my stuff because I actually looked at my achievements for the first time. And I saw that you were one of the guys that played.
I've been playing the hell out of that game, man.
This game's awesome. But you know what got me when I heard, there's a couple things about the whole Spider-Man thing, especially if you guys don't know my history, man. I used to be a Sony, what they call a Sony bro back in the day. And what I mean by that is I used to buy everything Sony because of the electronics. I just loved their electronics. They were the brand to have back in the 90s.
Absolutely.
And that's the problem with Sony. Sony is that 90s company, but it's 2020. But they still think they're in the 90s. Right. And I'm talking their electronics, just the way they do business, man. They're a Japanese company, those guys never change. And it's hard, man. It's like pulling teeth with them, which is fine. I don't care because I don't partake in that kind of stuff anymore. But the thing that got me about the Spider-Man announcement, like I said, I'm kind of out of the loop, but I did notice two things. Number one, I was shocked at the amount of people that were buying that thought that Spider-Man game wasn't going to be DLC.
Right.
That's why they're pissed, right? This is why they're pissed because a lot of these guys thought it was going to be a full-blown game that fit Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, video game lover, Miles Morales is not canon, right? He's from the Ultimate Universe. I listened to you on the thing. He's not canon Spider-Man. Okay.
Right.
So, and cool character, right? But that's what these guys thought. And so what happened was these guys are going to push back against, anybody that was going to be Miles Morales, but they forget about one thing. One thing these guys always forget when it comes to pop culture in general, like we're in the gaming sector, right? Pop culture is everything, right? It's music, it's movies, it's all this
That's
stuff.
right.
And the Sony guys, I know the Sony Defense Force in the gaming realm is pretty big, but in the pop culture realm, you guys ain't jack. You guys are nothing. You guys are nothing. And right now, I'm a Marvel guy, and this is one of the things I don't like about being a Marvel guy because I'm surrounded by normies when it comes to Marvel.
Yeah, normies. Exactly.
These just inundate everything that's comic books, video games when it comes to Marvel. So it's like I'll use video game lover, and it's like if I ask them, what's the first appearance of Spider-Man, they'll probably tell me Spider-Man #1, which is wrong, right? Right. But what happened is, man, they ran into this big solid wall of normie Marvel fans.
Yeah.
Right, so normie Marvel fans, they love their Avengers, man. I mean, they don't know the Avengers. They don't understand how many people have been Avengers. They don't know that if you read the comic books, everybody and their dad has an Avengers card, right? At some point in time, just like every Marvel superhero has been an Avenger, right? So when it comes to the Avengers, though, they love these characters, and you're not going to be able to get the same pull, of hate. You might get it in the video game side of things, like our Wayward Brothers on the Xbox side. But when it comes to pop culture, and when it comes to, anybody, look, dude, I know Unlimited, you got to deal with this all the time, right? Because you're a DC guy. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm a comic book dude, right? I'm a Marvel guy, but I'm old Marvel, right? I grew up on House of Ideas. I grew up with Bullpen. I grew up with Stan Lee when he was hoeing Marvel back in the days because we were second to DC. Right? I remember those days. That's how I'm old school. It's like I'm an old school Steelers fan, man. I remember the Steelers curtain, right? I'm old school. I'm a Steelers fan in that run the ball and we play defense. We don't pass the ball. We don't do a spread offense. But of course,
Right.
times change and things change. So with these guys, they realize real quick, man, is that they that they have no pull when it comes to this kind of stuff. And I kind of enjoyed watching that part. That's why I didn't really say anything, because I already know, man, you're just not going to overrun the normies when it comes to this stuff.
Unfortunately, they outweigh us because there's too many of them.
Yeah.
There is something. Look, dude, look, anybody who's a comic book fan that watched Justice League, maybe they didn't like the color palette, maybe they didn't like the direction of the movie, but if you're an Avengers fan, if you like that first Avengers movie and you don't like Justice League, then you're a hypocrite. Because it's basically the same movie,
Yeah.
right? It's the same movie, dude. It's the same movie, and that's what pissed off a lot of my DC friends, because they're like, dude, we don't need Avengers. We have Avengers. I don't need Josh Whedon to come in and fix. Give me what I want. But
Right.
you know, the studio people get involved, and they end up doing what they're doing, and now we're gonna get a Zack Snyder cut, right?
Right. Right.
But for
Which
me,
should have
man,
been
like
from the purpose. Yeah.
but for me, it's kind of like I'm a gamer, and that's how I am with all the stuff that I like. You know, I might pull Xbox, but I like good video games. I might
That's
pull
right.
Marvel, but I like comic books.
That's right.
I'm not gonna deny myself something just because I'm a fan of something else. You know what I mean? And that's my whole point is that's the problem a lot of these guys have now. To
Right.
answer your
Basically, go ahead.
question, these guys don't. Yeah, they don't play video games, dude. They're not gamers. They're brand. Sony guys now, they're brand gamers. That's what I label them. They don't play
Right,
the game
right.
because it's a game. They play the game because Sony stickers on it. That's the only
Yeah,
way they'll play
yeah.
it, which is
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
for the industry.
yeah, yeah.
Right?
You know what, Sega? Jeez, man. Sega. What's a simpler way to call Sega Forever and Sega Man? Probably got to specify one
The
of them
Same
too.
Brothers.
Yeah, but Sega Forever, man, you raise a good point, because the other day, um, CD Projekt Red announced that The Witcher 3 was going to get a free update, next gen
Right.
update, all the
Mm-hmm.
bells and whistles on the Xbox Series X, and I saw people, PlayStation dudes, hating on The Witcher 3. I'm like, hold on, The Witcher
Yeah.
3, one of the games that a lot of people are saying is one of the best of the generation.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And I think it's a genuinely great game, especially for us
Oh, it's awesome.
RPG lovers like me. Great
So
game, and it's like, damn, dude, do they not get tired of hating on anything that's not a PlayStation exclusive? Like,
Right.
how
I
do
mean,
you hate on? It's
I'm
watch
just
watch
saying.
in November they're going to be hating on Cyberpunk as well,
Well,
and
I
that
mean that. Right. Well, I mean that's all those. A couple of points here, right? That you guys said, right, to reference. Tuck, you wanted to say something real quick?
I mean, I'm just saying, why is all this hate? Why they gotta hate everything that Microsoft is? If it looked better on Microsoft, if it looked better on Microsoft, period. I mean,
Right.
we went through all that generation with y'all saying that y'all games are better than our games, but now since the narrative changed,
Mm.
I mean, y'all hating. I'm
Well, I
like,
mean, that's the $1 million question, Chuck. That's the whole point, because a lot of these people claim to be neutrals and claim to be gamers, but a lot of them add more fuel to the fire.
right,
A lot of them show themselves in some of the things they do, snarking things that they do, on social or even on YouTube in their channels, without having to mention anything. Either way, it doesn't matter. And that's the whole point. Like Unlimited said, uh, that look, Sega Forever, right? He just said, right, that he's a Marvel fan, but if he's gonna play a Justice League game and he sees a game that's Justice League and it's good, he's gonna play that game,
it's gonna play
whether
it.
he's a Marvel fan or not, because he's playing the game because it looks good.
Yeah,
Plus he's a comic fan, right? And to like Unlimited's point, right? Like he was saying that people say one thing, like for example, they're saying, "Oh, Miles Morales is canon," right? But then at the same time, they're hype about this. Oh, this is a PS5 reason to buy a PS5, but yet you have a problem buying Marvel's Avengers on the Xbox because it's not good enough, or because it's not exclusive, or because they don't have a Spider-Man DLC, and that's your preferred platform, right? Right. So Miles Morales can be considered canon, right? For example, and I'm trying to get the right words for what I'm trying to say, but let's say something like The Gotham Knights, perfect example. Doesn't have Batman, and everybody's already saying it's gonna suck because it doesn't have Batman. So that game, it sucks because Batman's not in it, but even though it's in the goddamn universe. But Miles Morales is not Spider-Man, Peter Parker, as we know, but it's a reason to buy a PS5. Do you see what we're getting at? And this is what we try to say, the difference between console warring and calling out BS. Console war is always going to be that. The minute that you say, well, listen, well, Xbox offers backwards compatibility for 3 generations. Sony's PlayStation 5 is only going to give you for PS4 what they select for you. Right there, that's a topic for console war. Why? Because one console is giving you anti-consumer practices, the other one is not. Console war is not just, oh, let's go out there and be toxic and call each other names and be disrespectful. No, there's a way how to do it. It's like when you tell people, when you first started, when the whole social media aspect started with gaming, it started in the arcades, right? It started when you invited your friend over, and to a certain extent, but then the way it started, where it really brought in everybody, was in the arcade. That's how social media gaming started, where you gathered up in a place, played a bunch of games with a group of people that you knew and that you didn't know. You competed, and you played together in games that were co-op together in campaign, and that were against each other, like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, right? And you had your competition, you had your indifferences, but you were gaming, right? It was part of the culture. That's where it grew from. That's where it stemmed from. Then you got people out here saying that the arcades was never important. And that's how you know that these guys were not rooted gamers. They don't understand the culture of gaming, okay? And those are the types of things that give them away. So, you know, you guys all hit very good points, and I'm glad that you shared it with us. So for me, I just see it as it's good because you finally are able to see the hypocrites, right? You're able to see those that say, yeah, we're real when they're really not real, right? Because you can like any console or all console, but don't act positive when it's only to the console that brings you the clickbait and that people love. But when it's the console people hate and that's not popular, you barely want to speak on it because you're scared that you're going to get the negativity from the people that hate on it, right? Because you want to keep your nose clean. Because then that makes you a hypocrite, regardless of how you want to say it, put it, state it, and present it socially or on your channel. It makes you a hypocrite. Real quick, Agent Slugger, thank you for stopping by. I don't know if I said thank you to you. And UK Das, thank you, my brother, for stopping by. I hope you're doing well or better, my brother. It's great to see you here. Also, Seon Squad 92, thank you for stopping by. How do you enter? I'll give you the those details again when we do the giveaway. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. So, guys, we're going to go to the next topic. And the next topic is Nintendo. Oh, my God, Nintendo. Unlimited Introductions kind of touched on this on a video. I kind of want to make an extension of his video, even though I was trying to do one, but he beat me to the punch because this man, like I said, he's on fire. And, you know, I think he did a fantastic job. And, I didn't want to take away from his video, so I just left it alone. I'm still here. Thank you, UK Dash. I hope you stay all the way, my brother. I love that you're here. And, I'm hoping for you to get better day in, day out. I know you've been through a lot, brother. Nintendo did a whole 15, 20 minutes of 35 years celebration of Mario, right? And as much as we all want to love and care about Nintendo, because no matter what anybody says or does, they still save gaming. And for that, we have to always be indebted and grateful to them. But, oh, my God, they still continue their anti-consumer practices. So they come out and say they're doing all these great Nintendo legacy titles coming out digitally, coming out in a certain way with like little small devices, coming out on their store, and even the big announcement of the 3D Mario games like Mario Galaxy, their legacy title, Mario 64, and obviously Mario Sunshine, which we haven't seen the light of day since the 64 and since the GameCube, which is great. But they did two things that I thought was really, really, really rubbed me the wrong way, and that they should have thought it a little bit better, in my opinion, because they should have showed their fans a little bit more respect. And the Nintendo property, period. The Mario property, that is their flagship property, is their Halo, basically, right? What made them all this money, what made them the marketing giants that they are through all these years in the gaming community, Mario, right? A little bit more respect. What do I mean? Well, first and foremost, all those titles they announced, in some way or shape or form, if you looked at the wording, they were all done as limited runs. Even the physical copy of the Mario 3D bundle, right? Limited runs, people, meaning it's going to be available for 7 to 6 months. Now, try to imagine Microsoft telling people, we're going to sell you the Halo Master Chief Collection for 6 months. After that, we're putting it away in the vault, like Disney does with their movies every time until a new format comes out, like 4K or Blu-ray, right? So make you spend money forcefully to go buy it, forcefully. If not, you ain't going to get it. When it's their flagship title and their generation is only halfway through with the Switch. Meaning, so you don't get it, you're not going to get it at all. No problem, Daz. You can stop whenever you want, brother. No problem. So, that's number one. Number two, they didn't even add Mario Galaxy 2, which should have been in that 3D pack, right? And lastly, it seems to me that they didn't even have the audacity or the decency, right? Well, two more things. This is the third thought. They didn't even have the audacity or the respect to actually put in work for the game. All they said was, we're going to do high resolution and you're going to tweak up the controls so you can play with Switch controllers. That's it. I don't even think they formatted it to a 16:9 format or even added better performance like 60 frames on 64 and games like Sunshine or maybe even possibly Galaxy, right? Which the Switch, as we were told, is capable of handling, right? And then the fourth and last thing that I was thinking was, Jesus, how in the world they celebrated the biggest moment in their history, 35 years of Mario, and didn't even have the decency to make a big announcement like, oh yeah, we're working on Mario Odyssey 2, especially since the game sold well for them so far on the Switch. So, like always, no one's calling them out. No one's pointing it out. The media's eating it up. It's the greatest thing since Jesus. It's a $60 title that you have to forcefully buy. If not, you're going to miss out. And they didn't really put no effort into it. So, guys, I'll start off with my brother, Tuckmaster. How do you think about this? What do you think about this? How do you feel about Nintendo's anti-consumer practices, even though they get all the love from the community and the community still doesn't have the balls, for lack of a better term, or the will, right, for lack of a better term, to actually call them out so they can do better in the sense of respecting the fan base?
Well, my whole objective is that I mean, it's wrong because, like you said, if Microsoft had done that, they'd have been all over Microsoft nutsack. Why they doing this? Why are they doing that? And Nintendo need to be held accountable for what they're doing, because people's gonna want that game later on, and that's all it is to it.
Let's be honest, real quick. I'm gonna interrupt you. Even if Sony did this with their flagship title, like let's say Uncharted or even God of War, it's still something I think they would get heat for. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get it clear. Yeah. The Switch is the most popular console right now, more popular than PS4 and more popular than the Xbox. Continue, Talk. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I think Sony would have took heat for that too, but I don't think they would take the heat like Microsoft would.
Right. Obviously, yeah.
For my personal experiences dealing with these consoles, but no, I mean, Nintendo need to be held accountable, and they don't need to be doing their fans that way, because they got loyal fans. They fans more loyal than they fans been loyal ever since I was a kid. I mean, ever since I was, a young man playing Nintendo and all that stuff. So no, I don't like what Sony's doing. I mean, I don't like what Nintendo's doing at all. They need to be called out, and I don't think the media need to be clapping their hands for them.
Right.
That's it. They don't need to be backing them up on that. They need to keep on making that game for the consumers. At least until I said at least a year. I mean,
Right, right.
whatever. But how long are they going to make it?
Well, for what I understand, I didn't read into it, but anyone that knows, please clarify it and correct me if I'm wrong. I think the game is actually being done by the company actually Limited Run. I don't even think it's Nintendo themselves. For what I understood, I could be wrong. I think it's through Limited Run that you're going to get the physical copy. You know, if it's through Nintendo, it's different. Two things, real quick. Anthony Chipmunk, thank you for stopping by. Prime, I see you. I can't add you on because I have the limit of 6 people, but stay there on the link while you're listening. And as soon as I get a chance, I'll try to bring you in. Okay.
I mean, I just don't think Nintendo needs to do it. I mean, Nintendo's going to do what they want to do either way,
Right.
But I don't think it's right. So, that's my input on that.
Right. So moving right along, we're gonna get to let's go to my brother FaZe 114. What do you think of this? What is your thoughts? Because I know you're a Nintendo fan too, but honestly, your honest opinion, how do you feel about it? Because you do like the Switch. You've been very adamant about that, very vocal. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you don't like PS. So what do you feel about it? How do you think about it?
Well, one thing is I don't like that whole 6 months thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's corny. It's like you're trying to put the gamer back into the wall into buying that game. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like any situation where you gotta kind of have to push a fan base to try to purchase something. You know what I mean? When they don't need to do it, 'cause they're making money hand over fist.
Right. And the thing is that,
yeah,
real quick to add to what you just said, they're going to be like, oh, it's going to sell by the boatloads. And then they're going to be like, yeah, you see how all games sell on Nintendo? No, people are going to buy because they want this game because they haven't played it since the GameCube. They had no access to it unless it was through maybe an emulator that played like shit on, let's say, on PC. But now you finally get a proper emulator to the console you're playing. So they're going to come up with that narrative. Oh, my God, look, Nintendo games always sell. And not think about the factor that, yeah, but it's only in the market for 6 months. Right, a game that is their flagship mascot and flagship titles that should be I can't add them. That should be there through the rest of their generation, at least till they make the new announcement for the new console that they're making. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, totally. Yeah, I mean, I totally see what you're saying with that. I mean, it's just wrong too. I don't like how, because some people been sucking them off so much, they feel that they're in the position where they could dictate what the fans want. It's almost like we're telling you what you got to buy, and then everybody just bend over backwards and then run and do it.
Right.
Nintendo fans need to show a little bit more of a backbone and stand up to these things. And I mean, I also had another problem. I know the side note from this with the Nintendo thing. I never liked how they never had real, true backward compatibility. It's like it's almost like when you're done with a console, that's it. You got to buy everything all over again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I really don't like that either. So it's like
3D World, which is on Switch. Basically, every game that came on the Wii U still was re-released, so that you have to rebuy it again at the $60 price point just for 1080p resolution. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not cool. I don't like that at all. You know what I mean?
I mean,
cool. but my only issue is the 6 month thing. That other than that, I mean, if you're giving the gamer the ability to play the game, all right, that's good if you buy it. But the 6 months thing, they gotta cut that out. And it seems like limited run. I got a problem with them too. It's like they bend over backwards when it comes to Xbox. But with that whole physical thing.
Right.
I know you had your battle with them.
Yeah, you know me. I had a battle with them with the Streets of Rage, and merge games really put them to shame. And afterwards, then they decided to bring it out in actual GameStop. You can get a copy of it now. So I'd say screw them. They're trying to give us the little smaller games that people really don't have that much interest to buy physically, but won't give us those titles that people want, like the new Wonder Boy they just announced for part 4 that was on Genesis. You know what I mean? So yeah, I agree. I'm glad that you shared that with us. So Sega Forever, I know you have your kids; they love Nintendo because you know they can play it on the go. And my nephews, basically, my illegitimate nephews, a lot of love to them. Big shout out to them. I hope they're well. Um, but I know that you're a man that teaches your children right from wrong and what should be done and when you should speak out. You know, how do you feel about these practices? What do you think about that?
Normally I don't really deal with Nintendo, so I see what they do. The only problem I have with Nintendo guys is when they start feeling themselves a bit and they feel like they can get into the conversation between PC, Sony, and Xbox guys, right? That's the only thing. Of all of the entire gaming group or people in the gaming sector that just don't need to say anything, I'd say Nintendo. The Nintendo guys probably are the best not to get involved with console war, and
Hmm.
that can be a good thing too for them because Nintendo definitely does what Nintendo wants to do. They're like that. They've always been like that. They've never changed. Respect for them for what they did for the industry back in the day. There's a great show on Netflix right now talking about the old gaming industry.
Hmm.
Um, I forgot the name of the thing, but it's pretty awesome. But that to me is what Nintendo is.
Right,
But what they are right now, dude, is just they're kind of like the Star Wars brand. They're trying to find those a little bit.
right, right.
Because you mentioned my kids. My kids have moved on. My daughter was really disappointed with Animal Crossing. That's the first game I ever played with my daughter was Animal Crossing back in the day.
Okay.
Um, I had the very first Animal Crossing. I think I was on the 64, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes.
Um,
Which never
and
sold.
so I,
Yeah.
we bought every game since then, man. We bought it. We even got the ones for the iPhone, which we didn't care
Right,
for as much. But when the new Animal Crossing was coming out, man, I wasn't planning on getting a Switch, but I ended up getting one because my daughter wanted me to play.
right,
So and we were disappointed, man. We were disappointed because Nintendo is kind of doing like what everybody else does, and I think that's kind of sad. Nintendo, like I said, they always do what Nintendo wants to do, but now they're starting to follow trends. And one of those bad trends, what it would appear to me, is that they're going to start charging for DLC. You know, and Nintendo never did that, man. If there's one thing I respect about Nintendo, because they were old school that way. I mean, there's other stuff that they did, practices that I didn't like, but it's who they are. They're
right.
like that dinosaur. They're the dying breed. They're like me and you. When we get into arguments with younger people, like tell us in my comment section that I just can't wait for guys like us to die. You know, with that last bastion of gaming. So when he talks about when we look at Nintendo, it kind of made me sad because when you play Animal Crossing, at least a new one, it doesn't feel like a complete game. There's
Right,
stuff
right,
that
right.
was in previous games that they had that's not in the newer ones, and then I and my daughter thought, well, maybe they'll just introduce it later, and it looks like they'll introduce it, but it looks like it's going to be kind of like you have to pay for it in DLC. And then so I felt bad for my daughter because she's older now, but this is the first dose of getting her heart broken when it comes to video games.
Right, right. Her first heartbreak. Yeah, yeah. It's always the toughest. Yeah.
Because they did it to her, but she likes Zelda as well. So Zelda, I think, did the same thing. All I know is she comes to me and asks me for my credit card, right? And she's not happy about it. So I mean, with Nintendo, their practices, it's the only reason I think that's sad that they're doing that is because that's not what they're known for. You can fault them on their games never going on sale. I'm pretty sure you guys are like me because I have kids and I got to buy like my daughter the latest Pokemon. And then when GameStop puts out their advertisement saying that Pokemon's on sale, you're all happy until you read the sale, right? Instead of being
It's like two
$59.99,
dollars.
it's like 56. It's like 56.98, right? And then you're like, you spend them, you get pissed off
It's
because
like two
their stuff
dollars
never
off.
goes on sale. Yeah, I mean, Xbox like has no games. Nintendo, man, they'll skip generations. They will, and at least to their credit, man, at least their stuff is quality. So I'll give them quality over quantity. But you know what I mean? This is stuff that we know. This is stuff that we deal with when it came to Nintendo. But I don't know, man. I don't like this new direction they're taking. But again, I mean, I only play because my kids play, man. I'm basically just all Xbox all the time now. So,
Right.
but yeah,
Well,
that's all I have to say on those guys.
I mean, it's short and sweet, but at least you hit a valid point. So next, I'm gonna ask my brother Sega man because I want to leave my brother Unlimited for last because he did make a video and I want him to reiterate and what he said because he went in and he was very insightful. So Sega man, what do you think? What's your thoughts on
Well, I think the reason why they just have a very loyal very, very loyal fan base, man. So I don't. So anything they do, you know, I guess they're just satisfied with it. You know what I mean? Like people need to start speaking more with their wallets. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
And you know, when we were played Nintendo back in the day, uh, it was a lot different. You know what I mean? It was just a lot different, and just the practices in general about what gaming companies and the things they do today with microtransactions and different things like that is just is very horrendous. And you know, EA is notorious for all that stuff. You know what I mean?
right.
But
But I mean,
I don't really. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm saying, but it's nothing new. We've seen them do this year after year, console after console. That's why I tell people that the Wii U for me still is their best console because it was the console that allowed you to play every game they had for the Wii One to back compat. Right? It didn't happen right away, but it happened eventually. And I could still play my games, and I could still put all the new intellectual properties that they got in the Wii One era because they were selling so well that were really good, And so plus played whatever came out on the Wii U, which right now, with the exception of maybe Luigi's Mansion 3, uh, Zelda, right? Not Zelda, Odyssey, Mario Odyssey, and Xeno Chronicles 2. Everything else you can still play on the Wii U. You know what I mean? So, and obviously Astral Chain and Ultimate Alliance 3, but that's neither here nor there. It's just not enough to warrant me to always be invested in their console. To add to what you were saying, Sigmund, we've seen this. So when does it end?
One thing I'll say about the original Wii is you remember in their store, if you couldn't afford like a TurboGrafx 16, they had some really great titles that you can get on there of TurboGrafx 16 games that are like way expensive today if you want to buy like a regular card game for that system. So
yeah, I still own some. Yes, like Legendary Axe. Yeah, I know exactly what
yeah,
but they
yeah.
took that off. They took that off. You can't even buy none of those games anymore. You can't buy none of those games anymore on the Wii store through the Wii U. You can't do it anymore.
Could the Wii U, real quick, Heba, could the Wii U play GameCube games? Because I don't own a Wii U.
Well, we got 64 games. We definitely got what's the name of the game? What was the one that they did this? Oh, Sin and Punishment 1. That they did Sin and Punishment 2 for the Wii.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. It's that shooter that they have. They could play the one for 64. You could buy. I own it still. I don't remember if they had any other GameCube games. I can't remember. Like we never got Luigi's Mansion 1. We never got the Metal Gear Solid Solid Snake. We never got that, which is the remake of the one that came out for PS1.
Yeah.
We never got, which was for me the superior version. We never got the other one. What's it called? The other one? The one I just said. Oh, Mario Sunshine, which they're finally getting on the Switch.
Yeah.
Never got that one either. So I mean, yeah,
But,
man. That's as far as I know. No.
But the Wii U, it wasn't back compat for GameCube games, right?
No, just for Wii One games.
Okay.
But since I bought so many and invested, like I got a lot of their games, like on their store, to their arcade store. I wanted to preserve them because I spent a lot of money on a lot of them because they had a lot of arcade stuff like Toomba and like the Star Wars arcade games from the Super NES. They had them there. So I wanted to preserve them. That's why I still kept my Wii U. I don't care about the other stuff on the Switch as much. Even though I have a Switch thanks to Mr. 100, but he gifted it me from my daughters as a gift. And a lot of people don't even know that, but he did. So
yeah.
I mean, that's why I was able to play the new stuff. So big shout out to him, like always. A brother from another state. So I mean, good answer. I mean, take him in. You anything else you wanted to say?
Kenny, that's just one thing.
But yeah, man. That's all I really wanted to say on that, man. But I guess we'll have to see, what happens.
Right. All right, so my brother Unlimited, I know you did a very nice short but sweet video, very coherent, to the point, with a lot of good points. If you be so kind, reiterate, share with us, add some new stuff that you want to add, and let us know. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, but real quick, hey, looking at the comments,
Mhm.
Shizno Elite, he made a good point, and I agree with them. That Spider-Man PS4 mostly getting love because it's exclusive. It's a good game. Look, I've been on record to say that I actually did enjoy the PS4 Spider-Man game. I just don't think
That's
it's
right.
God's gift to gaming.
That's
That
right.
that, and as somebody look, like I'm a huge comic book and superhero fan, and like Sega Forever was saying, he's a comic book fan, and I'm a comic book fan first, right? So although my preference is DC, I don't hate Marvel. That's why my favorite superhero game all time is X-Men Legends 2, which I don't know how many
Great
people would
game.
have that as their favorite.
Right, right,
As
right.
so, but yeah, I just wanted to shout out to the comments. The comments are killing it right now too. I've been reading them. I've been reading them and
Oh
keeping
yeah,
eye on them during the show.
good
But
people.
yeah,
We got good brothers here today. Yeah.
yeah. But for the topic, hey, this just proved, and the point of my video was really, man, this just proved how good we have it on Xbox, to where every generation of Xbox is going to be playable. Well, it is playable right now, and if it wasn't for licensing issues, we'd have even more original Xbox games. But
Mm-hmm.
but every generation
Yeah,
of
that's a,
Xbox is going to be playable on the Series X, and
Yeah.
that's absolutely incredible and unheard of in the console space. And like y'all said, the Nintendo, the older Nintendo consoles have had some form of backwards compatibility, but not this. And what Nintendo is doing really does highlight how pro consumer Microsoft and Xbox is. And
Mm-hmm.
and 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 Nintendo, maybe it's because I didn't grow up on Nintendo that I have no problems calling them out.
Right.
Uh,
That's
I was a Sega kid at heart, man.
right.
I was one of those kids who was talking shit with that whole Sega Genesis could do with Nintendo with the ten. You remember it. I was one of
Genesis
those kids
time.
who took
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah, I took that commercial as literal. I didn't know what the blast processing was, but that just sounded like the most amazing thing ever to me as a kid. All right, so maybe because that's where I'm coming from, that I don't have a problem calling it out. And I
Blast
respect
Brothers.
I respect Nintendo, especially historically what Nintendo have done for gaming. But man, what they're doing right now, oh man, it just I don't get it. I just there's something in me that just never understood the Nintendo love. And it's not like I've never played a Mario game before. My cousin, for example, grown up friends and cousins, like my cousin in particular, had a Super Nintendo, and I used to play Mario at his house. But
Mm-hmm.
for for me, I don't know. The Nintendo games I've always enjoyed were usually something like the rare games, like Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Kazooie, or like the third party games that they would have. It was never really games like Mario or Zelda. Those never really did much for me in the way that something like a Perfect Dark had, where I thought that was brilliant. While
Right.
Mario to me was just like, I mean, you jump on turtles, I guess that's cool. But my personal
Mm-hmm.
opinion aside, I really don't. And what really got to me was when I found out the digital versions of these games are being sold for a limited time with the physical ones, and that makes no sense to me. Why is digital version of a game being sold for a limited time? You
Right.
own the Mario property, so you're
Right.
not going to have the licensing issues that
That,
that that Activision did when we lost the Transformer games digitally.
exactly. Great point. Great
Hold
point.
on. Hold on. So Nintendo is selling you old games, and this isn't a shot at old games. I love my backwards compatibility for a reason.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
it's just the point that they're reselling you Mario games again that I know they've resold before. Maybe not Super Mario Sunshine, but the other ones have definitely been resold before.
Right.
They've been reselling Wii U games since the Switch came out. Um, they used to have a Nintendo, the Nintendo. I forgot what it was called, where that Nintendo fans really liked, that was removed when the Switch came out, and they had to rebuy those games, and nobody says anything. And
Right.
now they're reselling, these Mario games, even the digital one is for a limited time. Makes no sense to me. And for those who don't know what the Disney Vault marketing is, Disney Disney has always sold their you know what I'm talking about. Where Disney used to run the
Yep.
commercials, you buy these movies now because once it's in the vault, you're never gonna get it again. And used to create this hype for their movies when they came out on VHS or DVD.
Diamond
I don't
collection.
know if they
Diamond
still do
collection,
it.
bro.
Yeah, huh?
That diamond
What was that?
collection. They have
Oh
that diamond collection.
exactly. Yes, and so it would create this hype, so people would buy, and they did sell it. They did those videos, those VHS used to sell off the racks when they went on
Yes,
sale
sir.
too.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, they did.
and it's like, but it's 2020. We're in the digital era. We're in the era of accessibility. We're in the era of services. And Nintendo's doing this, and nobody says a word. I don't
Yeah,
get it.
yeah, that's what bothers me too. Like, dude, okay, they're doing things that's cool, but what they're doing are Tuck, you okay? You okay, Tuck? You okay? I gotta move you, Tuck. Okay, you're being crazy.
Yeah, man.
So like I was saying, that I agree because those are things, for example, and UK dads, I agree. I love the Commodore 64. It made me a good gamer as well. I thought it was a great console as well. My first console was really the Odyssey. So I know what you're saying, brother. We go way back. Um, so yeah, that's what rubbed me the wrong way. You said a good point that there's no reason it being digital to be limited because they don't have to worry about licensing issues. Why? Why is that? So what is it costing you? How is that hard? It's not like the game's not going to sell, or that people ain't going to visit it and revisit it. So
Exactly.
I don't know. That I agree with that, and I also don't like. I don't like the fact that that nobody really says anything because it's almost like this is the vibe I get. The vibe I get is that people out here
Is Uni watching TV?
are scared to call out Nintendo, right? Because they think that if they call out Nintendo, the whole community is going to look at them like, you're crazy. Screw you. You're a dummy. You don't know nothing. Fuck you. You're an ex-twat. You're this. You're that. You know what I mean? And
Maybe.
it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way because you as a person on social media and a gamer in the community should have a voice and the right to say and feel how you feel and what you want to say without having to worry about getting slandered or crucified or mobbed or try to be canceled for whatever reason. That word they try to use nowadays, cancel, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. You can't cancel somebody if they still have an account and is active. Jesus Christ. So, that's so dumb. But again, with that logic of nowadays, that's the whole point of it. We all have our opinions, thoughts, and our own preferences. So we should be able to say what we need to say without having to worry about it because of the fact that it's our thoughts and choices and preferences, and it's a shame that I think a lot of these guys that are in the Xbox community hold back, and even on the PlayStation side, hold back. Definitely in the media, people like Angry Joe or even a Rich Review Tech. But even though Rich be calling him out, I be seeing him do it. I'm just trying to give you guys an example. Probably don't do it as much because they're afraid that they're gonna get screwed in their subscribe or their channel's gonna get rocked, ruined or gonna lose traffic, and you know what I mean. So,
Yeah, but this is what I don't understand. Nintendo is already giving you a product that can't run modern games.
that's right.
And on the chance it does run the modern games, it's severely limited.
That's right.
I'm a DC fan. I can't if I only owned a Switch, I'm not going to be able to play Gotham Knights.
That's right.
Why? Because Nintendo chose to make
The
a
new
weaker
Avengers.
console for a stupid ass gimmick.
That's right. The new
A
Avengers.
gimmick
That makes no sense.
that xCloud's already doing anyway as an Xbox fan. So what? And that's been my beef with Nintendo for a while, man. Is that they're just so far behind on the times. Like it's I'll often say that gamers and Sony is stuck in 2006. Sometimes Nintendo feels like they're stuck in 1995.
In the dinosaur age when it all started.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
because
I agree.
the way that they handle their online system, the way that you gotta speak, if you want to use online features that we've been having for years,
Right.
the way that their console doesn't play. I mean, I get why. Like a part of me feels like Nintendo fans are so loyal because Nintendo games is where most of their quality big budget games are coming from because they don't get modern Assassin's Creed. They're not going to get Injustice. They're not getting Marvel's Avengers. They're not getting Cyberpunk. They got The Witcher, but The Witcher 3 runs terribly.
It's terrible. Yeah, it's like
it
it goes
runs
like
at
12 frames per second. Yeah.
yeah, some insane,
Yeah.
insanely low frame rate, and then at like 530p or something crazy
That's
like
right.
that.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, we appreciate the effort by CD Projekt Red,
Yeah.
obviously. But to play it like that when you know you can play it on a console that costs about the same price, because
Exactly.
let's be real, the Xbox Series X has been as low as $300, cheaper than the Switch is $350, right? And yet you choose to play it on Switch just so you can play it on the go at 15 frames per second, but you
Makes
want to
no
have a problem saying xCloud is not good enough because it'll have a little bit of chugging when it's running on 5G. You see another hypocrisy that they expose themselves. You know what I mean? And it's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah, and somehow Nintendo gets away with it. Like Nintendo does stuff that I don't even think Sony could get away with. Like if Sony said that we're going to sell you all the God of War games, or no, every Gran Turismo, because Gran Turismo's been around longer. Every Gran Turismo game for a limited time, even the digital version, even people will call them out on that. But nothing for Nintendo. I don't understand it, and I feel like it's been this way my whole life for Nintendo, where they've gotten away with stuff that Sega, they got away with stuff that no way in hell Sega could have got away with in the 90s.
Right. Sega had to earn their respect. It's like I tell people, even with Mario, the reason why Mario became so big, and I know they hate to hear it, it got big because it was given out for free.
Yeah,
that's why. Sonic, on the other hand, you had to buy it.
Sonic you had to buy it at first, but by like 91 they started to bundle it with the Genesis.
Exactly.
I remember, because like I said, the Genesis was my first console, and, and Sega was my first, not Sega, the Sonic was my first game.
Hey y'all, hey, there's only one thing about it, okay? See, the thing about it is, until Nintendo fans get out their rumps and pressurize Nintendo gonna keep on doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep on doing the same practices they always have been doing.
Right.
So,
exactly.
So that's their thing. So to me, it's like I would never own a Nintendo Switch. Hell, I grew up. I grew up with Mario. Okay, I want to see Mario grow up.
Right.
Okay, I want to see a grown-up Mario. I don't want to see no bull crap. Right. I'm telling you right now. And this is where, when you talk about the xCloud, this is where it's going to be a big game changer. Right. Because when they fully blow this thing up on September 15th, when people can play their games, I'm talking about like Madden, NBA 2K, Witcher, games like that on the xCloud. It's going to be a whole different story. Right. Because let me tell you, I played on the xCloud. I played the card game.
Right. Microsoft is giving you the option of playing your games that you already own,
and that is
on any device that you already own, on any device
and that is what's gonna blow up in Nintendo's face.
No, I'm saying
there.
It's devices that you use on a daily living, like your phone, your tablet, your PC, right? And you'll be able to play those games on the go, right? How you choose via an internet connection, right? Which is incredible, right? And again, to touch base, backwards compatibility. This has been going back as far back as even the Intel and Vision era, and even the Atari era, the Atari 2600, 7800, 5600. You could play all the games that were there in better quality. ColecoVision, yeah, exactly. All at better quality once the new iteration came out. It was never a thing of you couldn't play them, so your investment was always protected. And and Nintendo with these type of practices, it's like listen, it's 2020, and if you're not going to call them out, because you're afraid that you're going to be looked at as a toxic person spewing hate, then you really should evaluate whether you should be on the gaming community or not. Because in order for them to do better practices, we need to speak out so that they know and they can hear us. Listen, we got to change our ways. If we want to stay with the
Well,
time, change our
more
ways.
like
Either
more like what I'm trying to say is this: when you having this X Cloud the way it is, it's gonna change the whole narrative. It's gonna change the whole narrative of gaming now. See,
either they're
everybody
gonna have to
want.
change, either they're gonna change, or time is gonna make them change either way, because it's like what
Time's
this
gonna
guy,
make
what we
it.
Right.
They're gonna have to change
Right.
because think about it. See, this the whole thing about it. Everybody want to know why haven't Microsoft ever came out with a handheld?
Right.
They don't have to now.
But that was the whole reason. They were thinking bigger. They were thinking more future proof. They were thinking broad. Because with this type of service like xCloud, right? Or
Right.
xCloud, you never have to make a portable. You just have to make the stream for whatever new devices and internet services are out there.
And
This
I
is
mean,
convenient, right?
dude, they got this new thing called the Razer Kashi that you hook up to your phone, and
Right.
it looks like a Nintendo Switch.
Right.
I mean, I'm like, damn, and it actually works.
Right.
it's like it's like one of the things is like, I know, like, I sound like I say this a lot, but it's like the thing is with Microsoft being a technology company first, all they're doing is by just creating innovation after innovation after innovation, is making the more innovation they do, the more it make the other game companies
They're
look like
pushing. Yeah,
game companies,
they're
toy
pushing.
companies.
Yep.
They're not pushing innovation. And then these two companies like Nintendo, they need that old business practice to stay relevant, because they can't do it any other way. But they're either gonna get with the program, or they're gonna be left behind.
No, they're going to be forced to. They're going to have to force themselves like Sega did, that they had no choice but to become, software company. I agree. Thanks for sharing that, Unlimited. Great points. Go check out his video. It's excellent. And it's only like 7 minutes long, so you guys can't say, I don't want to watch it because it's too long. It's bull crap. You can watch it. Now, a couple of things I need to address because we're already halfway through the show, and I'm going to go into my last topic. Elo, thank you for stopping by. Very kind of you to say that the live stream is good so far. I hope you're not just being kind for the giveaway, because that's not, being sincere. But if you are enjoying it, thank you. So, and Mr. Kima, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. The world looks god off on Nintendo. Yeah, it does. It does. Absolutely. The Witcher looks, woo, does it hurt, especially if you put it on that TV. To that dock, holy crap! Do you see the indiscrepancies? And thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate you guys coming through. Elo, I'm just yanking your leg. Don't take it personal, brother. That's how we roll here. We like to have fun with our audience as well. Now, NWO Prime, I'm gonna get you in here. After the next topic, I'm gonna ask Faze first because I know Faze has to go. So I'm gonna let him answer his topic first, so I can get you in and at least get two thoughts out of you of the topics that we talked about, so you guys in the audience know what's going on. Then another thing, guys, this is the last topic. I told you guys in the beginning, for those that are coming in late, the rules of the giveaway is, first of all, go and subscribe to all these gentlemen's channel, including myself. Show some love. We're trying to give back. Show some love. You don't have to watch all our videos. A simple subscription goes a long way. You can even hate every video we do. I still show you mad love because you're giving us some type of attention and respect, right? Whether it's negative or positive, it's your choice how you feel. We can't force you to like us. That's not how we roll. And if you don't like us, it is what it is, right? Also, if you want to follow us on social media, Instagram, or if it's on Twitter, you look us up. I'll have all the links on the video after it's over and it goes up. I'll put for everybody on here. Also, I said to you guys, leave comments on why you're excited to play the new Avengers game, Marvel's Avengers. Okay, this is an Xbox One digital copy version. I am going to directly gift it to you. You have to send me your gamer tag via DM, either on Twitter or Instagram. Okay, what I want you to do is start putting your comments now. as we talk about the last topic. I will look through them when the show is over with my colleagues, and we will make and pick a winner. Once we pick that winner, immediately after the show, about maybe 15 minutes later, I will announce the winner live on Twitter. Not live, but on Twitter or via Instagram as well, or both ways, so that you guys can see it. And I'm gonna get NW Prime in here once FaZe answers and retrieves himself because he has to take care of some duties with his family. So the next question and the next topic was basic. Well, it's not really a question. The topic was Battletoads finally came out. I was super excited. Like many others, this is always considered an underground beloved title. And to our surprise, it got great or rave reviews from a lot of people, even though the perception and the messaging was, as soon as it was announced and shown, this game is trash, this game is garbage, this game is dog doo-doo, this game is feces, like none explained with no explanation. We'll never play this. This is not going to do well. People are not going to like it. And to our surprise, guess what? It's been the complete opposite. Is it a little bit divisive? Yes, some people like it, some people don't. But I honestly feel the people that don't really enjoy it, it's because, one, the game is tough as balls. It's very tough, very, very difficult, very old school, very traditional, very different gameplay styles. There are some things that I don't like about it that I wish they did different. I will address that when it's my turn to speak about it, but I'm just happy that the game's perception is at least doing very well or better than expected. So this way, the game has an opportunity to have a sequel, right? Because that's what we want. We want games to continue to have more games in the series and have sequels, right? So without further ado, my question is to you, FaZe, again, because of course you said you had to leave. Guys in the panel, please don't take it personal. I respect each and every one of you, and we usually like to rotate it around. But FaZe, how do you feel that now? Because I know you've been a Battletoads fan like me for years, a beat 'em up fan, and you saw just like me that people were like, "Oh, it's gonna be dog shit. It's gonna be dog shit. It's gonna be." I don't care. It looks like crap. Looks like crap. And people are actually liking it, playing it, and enjoying it. What do you think? How do you feel about it? Are you happy? Are you glad? Are you surprised? Like, what's up?
I'm glad that it actually surpassed the criticism for the naysayers. I think like the game got unfair criticism before it even came out, just because it was an Xbox game and they were judging like little pictures and stuff like that. But the game is good. It just proves that you have to play the game before giving your judgment on certain things, different things. And I just hope that this incident maybe shows gamers that, hey, you know what, give me a chance, just because it's not your favorite thing, or looks the way you want it to look. It don't have to be. It don't mean that it's a bad game. And it is very challenging and it scared away a lot of people, which is good too.
Right.
I mean, I saw some people complaining about the last challenge on the level, but it's like if you're a casual, you're gonna run away from that. So it's good enough for us to enjoy, and it's tough enough to scare away the casuals. So I love it. The more casuals run away, the better. That's how I look at it.
That was really, really toxic.
We don't need them. Casuals is like gentrification, bro.
That was so toxic, but I love it.
Yeah, the casuals are gentrifying the gaming community.
Oh,
and
nice.
We need them to, and we need to get these gentrification people out of the gaming community.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so
I want to steal that, bro. I'm stealing that.
yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah, right.
Man. Forget it. That's how I look at it. I look at it like social media really brought in these, gentrifiers into our community, and we need to find a way to get them out of here.
Oh man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Now, Battletoads is great. I recommend people play it, and I also like the fact that if you really played it and played it all the way through, people that was complaining about the online co-op, there's a reason why they didn't put the online co-op, because if you play a couple of the levels, it's difficult. I don't see how they'll be able to pull off some of the later levels with online co-op.
Oh my god, that shooting level! I did it with my boys.
Yeah.
Holy Christmas! 3 hours it took us because we were playing on the hardest mode. Oh,
Right.
I hate that level. It's
Try
dog
try
duty.
try negotiating the controls of the ship with co-op, online co-op,
Oh yeah. Oh
with a
yeah.
bunch of random people you never met before. It's not gonna work,
Right. Right. Right.
you know.
Absolutely.
So I totally understand why they went with the decision they went, and I'm looking forward to season 2.
Right.
You
Right.
know, but
So
that's my thought on that.
all right. I mean, it's not rocket science the topic, so I guess it's fair enough. So
Yeah,
Faze, I mean, I know you have to go and take care of family issues and business, obviously.
yep.
Again, thank you so much for being here, for making this giveaway a possibility. Like I said, you guys can follow Faze on Twitter. He is Faze114, just like you see it right there. And he's also on Instagram under Faze114 and also Xbox Live and also on his new YouTube channel that he started. So show him some love because he's a good guy. He has a lot of love and knowledge for gaming. He deserves a lot of respect, a lot of support, and help to be brought up because he's one of the true root gamers out here that hasn't had a voice for a long time. And again, brother, I'm very humbled and blessed to have you as part of
Thank
this
you.
panel family and helping me do the giveaway today. So Elio, I know you don't know, so I'll give it away, everybody's info as we go along. Uh, and thank you for Otis Harrison to come in. So, Faze, if you have to get going, I understand, Famo,
All
nothing
right, man.
personal. And I'll let Endelo Prime come in here as soon as you get out.
All
And
right.
get out! No, I'm just kidding.
Take care, guys.
All right,
Take it easy.
Face. All
Love
right,
you,
All
brother.
brother.
right, Faye. Take it
All
easy,
right,
man.
have a good one, man.
You too, man.
All right, Face.
So, guys, like I said, Otis Harris Jr., thank you for the comment. Thank you for stopping by. Nintendo received a large investment from Huge Fund. They brought their own and very large part of Nintendo now. It is all about returns and investment now. So I guess what you're saying is that they're trying to be a little bit anti-consumer because they have to make up for all the spend. I mean, I can see that because they're not, making the billions and trillions of dollars that other companies are probably doing, like a Microsoft. So I can see that, but they have to start from somewhere. I think Otis Harris, with all due respect, they have to start from somewhere because if they don't, and I think honestly, if they do, the better thing to say is if they do, I think that they, by them doing so, they're going to get even more opportunity and more money. NWO Prime, can you hear us?
Yeah,
Hey, my
I
brother.
can hear you.
Thank you and
Oh,
welcome.
I'm
Hey,
in.
what's up,
Okay, I didn't
Prime?
know. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
Welcome,
What's up,
brother.
Prime?
What's
What's
up,
up,
I
Prime?
didn't know I was in here.
Nice. No,
What's up, Brian?
I'm a man of my word, brother. Like I said earlier, I can't add more than 6 people because for me, due to the situation that I can't always do the podcast, it would not be a smart investment to pay for the better premium quality to add more people for the podcast because I'll probably maybe use it once and maybe not at all for that month. So that's why I only keep it at the 6 for this time. But if I get more opportunity when I feel better and I can do more, then I'll definitely make the investment. So I apologize for making you wait, brother. I know you've been listening
Oh no,
for,
I'm good, man.
and like I said, you're part of this family. You're part of this panel. You always have been. I know no one really reaches out to you, but I've always loved your content, your humor, your satire that you do on your channel. Because you're funny, and you do it with love and respect. And people may not understand you. They might say, "Oh, this guy's a weirdo," but they don't get it. That you have to have fun. You have to have fun because if you don't have fun, then they're gonna consider you like like you're like they're gonna think that uh,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Anybody that thinks I'm really like that character in real life is crazy.
right.
Uh,
Yeah. So but I'm glad you're here.
NWO Prime is an OG.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
So
didn't realize NWO Prime was
Yeah,
there.
he's OG.
oh yeah. So
Yep.
now
What's
that
up, Master?
I have you in here,
What's
NWO
up,
Prime,
Brian?
as you can hear him, Chuck. Prime,
Y'all
can
can
you
hear him. Y'all can hear him.
So Prime, can you hear me?
Yep.
Listen,
Yeah,
can you hear
yeah.
Chuck Master? He's starting to talk to you. Can you hear him?
You can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear everybody.
Okay. So Prime, I got you in here. Let me ask you real quick. What do you feel about the Nintendo's practices about making all these new announcements, the Mario Legacy games and the new 3D, Mario, package that they're doing. Basically like they're kind of like their Halo Master Chief Collection, but for the Mario 3D games. And what they're doing is they're doing it through a limited run. How do you feel? Your thoughts personally with their old practices and with their and the consumer kind of way of thinking, because it's for a limited time, then it's no longer there. So it kind of makes you feel like you're forced to buy it. If not, you miss out.
Yeah, I mean, off the gate, I feel that's anti-consumer, but I'm not surprised because Nintendo, they do a lot of shit they don't get called out for.
That's true. That's true. So I mean, do you think it's cool? You think it's right? What do you think?
I mean, no, personally, I don't think it's cool, but a lot of people will probably comply with that. These hardcore, radical Nintendo fans. But nah, that was Microsoft or even Sony doing a practice like that. It would be a whole lot more bigger issue, I think.
Right.
Oh,
No,
most
I don't
definitely.
personally think it's cool.
Well, so it's safe to say you know that even though it's not right, though, people are still going to go out and support it and not really call them out, which they should.
Yeah, because these Nintendo fans, you gotta understand, they're more radical to that brand than we are to Xbox, and Sony fans are to Sony. They're pretty, all in.
You got that right.
No pun intended, Sega.
Yep.
Right.
Definitely got that right.
Yeah, dude.
Damn. You got that right.
Right.
That's true.
So welcome Rohan Star 58. Like always, coming on comments and putting your 2 cents. I understand you love Nintendo. Always respect you for that. Never had a problem with that. And you're right. Nintendo is the richest company in Japan, but Japan is not the highest market for gaming. You got to understand that changed a long time ago.
It used to be.
It's made
Yeah,
now in UK and Canada and America. Those are the top breeders, and that's
and
why.
we talk about a company that take cardboard and make it a peripheral. I ain't never seen no shit like that.
Okay, hey, it's Star 58. Let's be real, Star 58. You mean telling
And you know what, Prime? They bought that shit too.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
radicals, man.
Go ahead.
Star 58, listen here. I understand that Nintendo is doing fine, but ain't no way in the hell you gonna sit and tell me that you would not want a full console like Xbox at all or the PlayStation. Ain't no way in the hell you ain't gonna tell me that.
You mean with
You gotta be getting tired of going with your just going with the regular stuff.
right?
You gotta get tired of that.
No, I think what he's trying to say is that you mean with the capabilities that it could run games at a higher quality, that is high quality hardware, so that they can play the big games as well, like a Cyberpunk, like
Yeah.
an Avengers. Because
I
that's
mean, Nintendo would only be like a side console for me. I could never have that for a main console. You're missing out too damn much.
right.
Yeah.
Hey, and Star 58, let me tell you right now what's about to change on that, okay? If they don't watch it, with this X Cloud, what Microsoft is doing right now, that's going to take over the phone gaming industry. Get ready for it. It's about to happen.
Right. Well, I mean, Rohan Star. Yes, Xbox had the Team Xbox dolls. That was supposed to be for a joke. I get it. But again, Rohan Star, get it? Don't get it twisted. We all play Nintendo. We enjoy Nintendo games for what they are. We've always have because they're quality games, the ones they make. Absolutely. No one ever said they're not. It's just that for them to reach a broader audience and stay relevant and not kind of fade away as time goes on, because they were on the verge of almost going bankrupt with the Wii U and Wii.
Yeah.
Even though the Wii one sold well because the software wasn't selling, and that's a fact. And
Because it came out with a lot of shovelware.
well, no, they have a lot of shovelware, but people were just not buying the games that were quality, even on the Wii, right?
Well,
And then
yeah,
the Wii U-
the Wii was so casual. I mean, they had such a huge casual market that there's like people who never played games had it, they would play whatever was bundled with it for a couple weeks and would never buy anything
Yeah.
again.
Right, and that's where I the confusion with a person, let's say like Rohan, because Rohan Star is a real Nintendo fan. Okay, he's a real
Yeah.
Nintendo fan, and I respect him for it. Always have, because he's always say the same line. He always get the same messaging. He don't flip flop. He says what he says, and that's good. But the thing is that I think sometimes he thinks that we throw shade at Nintendo because we like to hate on Nintendo or we don't appreciate Nintendo. We do, but we've also realized that they are just too old-fashioned. They don't evolve with time. They do innovation
Yes.
in the consoles, but there's only so much that those innovations in the consoles could take you so far. And that's what we're trying to say. Like, you guys need and deserve to play games like a CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk, like an Avengers, because they're big games and they're fun games, they're great games. They're more
Now, Hebart. Now you said we appreciate them. I don't appreciate what's fun. I don't appreciate them at all.
okay. You have your right.
And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I don't appreciate them.
That's fine. You have that right.
It's
Yeah.
time to grow up, Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm not here.
Thank you.
It's time to put a system out there that's gonna be compatible, dude.
Right.
I'm telling you, with this xCloud, if they don't get their act together, it's over with. Because let me tell you, they get rave reviews online right now about this xCloud.
Right. It's just it's a very innovative way of doing things without having
Yeah.
without having to keep making portable consoles. Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
Brian,
Well, let me say
Yeah.
let me ask
Go ahead.
to this dude. Like, all right, so you're a Nintendo guy, right? Which is cool, like Ebot said. But are you a fan of a game like Cyberpunk, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legion, any games like Madden or 2K, GTA 5? What else is coming that's multi-plat that looks good? Like, are you a fan of any of those? None of them are on the Switch or going to the Switch. Well, 2K might be on the Switch. Well, none of those are
It
going
is.
to the Switch. And if you're a fan of those games, are you okay with that as a Nintendo guy? Like say if you only had money for one console, would you be okay not playing some of your favorite multi-plat games anymore? That's something that I've always just wondered with Nintendo fans, because I would be upset if I had an Xbox and I couldn't play some of my favorite third-party games anymore, because they don't come to the console.
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
Hey,
a point I want to make to the person in the audience, the young man, the Nintendo fan, we're not throwing shade at Nintendo. We want to see Nintendo evolve to like these other consoles have evolved. I own the Nintendo Switch. I hardly ever play it because, all the games are lower quality that I can get on my Xbox or my PS4. We want to see Nintendo make a legitimate console. That's not a console. That's a kid's toy. The Switch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Amen on that. You got that right.
Radiance 96, thank you for stopping by. Radiance 96. Yes, she's saying Nintendo products are low quality and overpriced. I think I get exactly what you're saying, that they make consoles that are way more inferior than what sell in the market and still sell it for a high price. I agree. I completely agree. Yeah, go ahead, Sega Man, real quick. Go ahead.
Another thing about Nintendo games is, to be honest with you, they never come down in price. You know what I mean?
Yep.
A lot of the older games.
They're
very arrogant with their price. Yeah, with their properties.
If I find something, it's at a flea market or Goodwill, and I'd be happy about it because you can find them, and they're cheap. But when you go to a regular like exchange or you go to a mom and pop store, those games are still $50. Some of them are even higher than that. You know what I mean?
Sometimes the third-party digital games, you can find them on a good sale on the store, but overall in GameStop, them games don't go down at all.
Yeah.
Right. Well, okay. First of all, like I said, Rohan, yes, you played DMC, you played Hitman, and you played games like that, but you're playing a very, very inferior version of those games. If you played on Xbox, let's say one on the X, you'll realize how much more the difference is in the games. It's not like they don't have big difference. They do, and the fact that you just can't play it as smoothly online with friends the way you do on Nintendo. Yeah, you can still do it, but it's still a very inferior experience. It's not about power being everything. No, power is what allows you to have more flexibility to get better quality on those games or from those games. Okay. The reason why the Mario stay at a high quality is because they're very they still got that cartoon style. They're not very demanding graphically, and they don't really have a lot of components like co-op or multiplayer components where you can go in and have fun and play together like in a party game. Instead, they have to make a whole new game for parties themselves just so you can have an experience like that and not just add it on their game when they release them. So it's not about power. Yeah, nobody's saying that power is everything. What we're saying is that what I'm saying, speaking from my experience, is that you're really never experiencing the real high quality version of those multi-plans. And it's a big difference. Trust me, because I have the Switch, I have the Xbox Series X, I have the PlayStation, and no, we don't hate other people for their decisions because of not wanting to be on Xbox or wanting games to be better based on their ideals on Xbox, because I know Xbox is doing this quality stuff based on different diversity. Just because games don't have, because you're talking about power, but yet you're trying to say that people are fighting for Xbox to have better quality games when you're really talking about big quality graphical high mocap games, because that's what you're talking about. I know what you're alluding to, and that's what you're talking about, which, to be honest, that doesn't mean anything, because a game can have great graphics, photorealistic, great mocap, great acting, but if the story is good and the gameplay is not, then you're not going to be invested in wanting to know the rest of the story or wanting to play the rest of the game, because it's not fun. The game has to be fun, and that's the only thing that I can honestly say that keeps Nintendo games going, that been thriving, that's fun. But I can't keep talking to you only because the show is about the topics as well. But I get what you're saying. But I want you to understand where we're coming from and what we're trying to say. Elio said power helps get games like Cyberpunk. Yeah, absolutely, Elio, absolutely. And if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, forgive me, please. So
what's up, Elo?
So Prime, since we were already with you, the last topic was basically Battletoads. It's a game that nobody saw coming as far as that we were going to get a new one. First and foremost, when it got announced, it got hate. People were like, oh, I don't like it. It looks like it's trash. It's going to suck. I don't want to play it. It's going to be garbage. And to our surprise, it's getting kind of really good reviews from a lot of people. And they're really genuinely enjoying it. They're really genuinely liking it. And it's a lot of fun. And you can play it co-op with your family. I feel that they missed a marker by not having co-op online. But I think they didn't invest in that because it costs a lot of money to do that. And they wanted to see how the game was going to do first. And that's why they put it on Game Pass, right? To see if
I'm just happy to have another Battletoads game, period. I remember I was a big fan of the older ones, and damn, them ones were tough, man. But like I'm saying, by it being an Xbox games, I'm surprised people are being honest, giving it a good review. I mean, I play it. I personally enjoy it. I love the art style. I haven't did no kind of couch co-op with it. But yeah, I enjoy it. But I'm a fan of those old kind of beat 'em ups anyway. What you saying, bro?
Yes. No. I'm playing couch co-op with my boys, and it's literally taking time because it's hard. It's really hard.
Okay.
Unforgiving. So when we sit down and play it, yeah, for sure.
What level you playing on? You playing on hard or?
The hardest mode. The reason why.
Oh no, I don't do that. I play. I'm too old for that shit. I play on easy, man.
But the reason why I figured my boys are young. They can help me with the challenge, and at the same time, you're killing two birds, one stone, because you're unlocking all the achievements all at once.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm too old. I go for the easy level.
I'm too old, man.
I'm too old.
Hard, man.
If I'm playing,
I done did my time on regular Nintendo, them hard ass games.
That's right. If I'm playing it alone, though, I'm with you. I'm playing it on easy because it's hard.
Yeah.
And it makes you annoyed. You don't want to enjoy it. You can't really.
Hey, you remember I don't know if you read my text there, but I told my little follow me is anyway. I can't be doing that anyway. Did you read my personal message?
Yeah, I heard you. I saw exactly what you said, and believe me, we're on the same boat, brother. I know.
Yeah.
I understand. UK, you're right. That's I hope they do address the online co-op. They need to do it because the game fits perfectly for co-op. But like Faye said, there is some parts in there, especially Act 3. Oh my God, where there's a lot of timing things that you got to do it together. That I would see a lot of people get upset and literally quit and not play anymore with that person if you started the game together because it's so hard, you know. So I mean, let's see, maybe they'll make it a little bit easier when you play online, because also the factor is too, Daz, is the latency factor. If you know, between different connections with different people, if their connection is not as good as yours and things like that, it might affect it big time, because the game is about precision, because it has a lot of platforming. It has a lot of shoot 'em up sections, beat 'em up sections, you know, action platforming, running sections. So but I do hope they add it and address it later. Absolutely. Um, Elio gave us a thumb up about, I guess, mispronouncing his name. Thank you, brother, for your understanding. I appreciate it. So next, I will ask my brother Sega Man. Sega Man, tell me, how do you feel about Battletoads' success? Are you happy? Are you glad to see that an Xbox game that was getting so much hate before it even came out finally is getting some type of nice praises? Granted, it's not breaking the Metacritic uh, metric bar. Fine, we get it. It's okay. But for what it is, a smaller title in an excellent genre that has been dormant for so long, how do you feel about it? How does that make you feel? Do you like it? Are you enjoying it? Sega Man, are you there? Well, I think he's muted. I think he went to the bathroom, maybe. Anyway, moving right along, we'll ask my brother Sega Forever. How do you feel about it, brother?
Hey, first and foremost, man. Hey, what's up, man? Good to have you on the podcast, brother. It's been a long time. But as
Hey,
far
can
as
you hear me?
Battletoads, oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm here. Go ahead, Sega. Forever.
Oh,
Go
no.
ahead, go
So
ahead.
for
You speak on it, Sega Man, Forever, and then I'll get back to you, Sega Man. Don't worry.
all right. So for Battletoads, I think they learned their lesson from Cuphead.
Right.
Because I don't know, a lot of people said Battletoads was hard. I thought Cuphead was a lot harder actually.
No, I think so too. I feel, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's
Yeah,
hard.
Cuphead's
Trust
a
me.
lot harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Covered the order.
Because I know when I was the reason I haven't finished Cuphead, man, is because I'm supposed to finish it with my son. But we used to play co-op, dude. It would throw me off playing with somebody else.
Right. Right.
It was kind of a challenge. So I could see that being a problem with Battletoads. So I could understand them doing that, not doing the co-op right away. But the one good thing I love about Battletoads is, or at least what Phil Spencer is doing, man. Phil talked about like this ecosystem, several years ago, and now we're beginning to basically reap the fruits of what Phil Spencer talked about like in 2015. And so what you're having is you have a game like Battletoads, not just being a quality game. We don't know it's quality game, man. Microsoft's been putting out these really great games.
Right.
Especially guys like us who are kind of, old school guys. They've been putting out these really solid games, but they also have Game Pass. So I know a lot of you guys saw the video. That girl, I don't know what her name is, Alana somebody.
Alana Pierce.
Yeah, so
Alana
she did that
Pierce.
video. Yeah, Alana Pierce. So she did that video, kind of complaining about how people's not giving Game Pass its due. At least in the press they never do. But what's happening is that people who are just regular people that want to save money, that want more, bang for their buck, that might want to try, like back in the day when we were growing up, man, a lot of us got those magazines with the demo discs. So we're used to this kind of stuff, where you could try it out first. So what's happening is that X Factor, which is Game Pass, man, is actually changing the game. You actually see it. This is probably something Phil Spencer saw back in the day. And then having stuff like Netflix, dude, having Netflix kind of condition people to digital or downloading or doing stuff online,
Well, it's kind of made it more accepted, the whole idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So what's happening is that you're living basically in a Netflix generation. Oh, by the way, Cobra Kai is on Netflix. Watch it. I finally watched it. It's awesome.
It is good. It's good.
Shameless plug.
It is awesome. It's shameless plug. Sorry, but then again, that's what I'm talking about, right? People will know Cobra Kai. People know Karate Kid. It's just like people know these old school games.
That
You know,
Cobra
people
Kai-
will understand that.
That
So when
Cobra
you
Kai
have,
is good.
it's awesome. But if you have a game like Battletoads that we play, or people that don't play, the main thing is that it's in Game Pass and it's just a download. So if you like it, you play it. You know, guys like me, we like it, we buy it. Guys that don't like it, at least they try it, right? And then they get that engagement. But then what Battletoads does is because you downloaded that game, you're more apt to download Crosscode. You're more apt to download Undermine, which I'm playing right now. You know, there's all these different games that you take a chance on that you never normally would because it's become normalized. So that's the only thing I'll say. So it's a good time. You know, that's why it sucks why all these dudes left. All these Xbox guys that was like taking it, you know, in the beginning, taking those arrows, you know, fighting the good fight. And now they all flip flopped along the way. And then now look at them. Dude, you left and now you come back because you sold your soul, and then this is the best time to be an Xbox gamer, but you guys stepped away from it. Anyway,
You showed your true colors, so you can't fool no one anymore.
Well, it's sad because these guys, you know, whether they're gamers or not, I believe some of them were, but you know, they want to get that YouTube fame, which never happens, right? They wanted to get those views, they wanted to get accepted by whatever community, and now because you did that, dude, you can't appreciate, or you gotta like put yourself offline when you're playing your Xbox. Right, because some of these guys are still on our friends list.
Yeah, you can't even trust their opinions and comments anymore because you can't take them seriously because of how they acted for certain things, right?
Once you flip flop, that's it. And I love Battletoads, man. The only problem I have is that I don't have time to play a lot of these games, and I got sidetracked by other games. But it is definitely a game worth buying. Yeah, it's a good problem to have. You know?
Yeah, I bought it too. My daughter helped me buy it because I have bought like all the other stuff, so she helped me buy it. So I bought some.
That's a good.
Yeah, so Sega man, you actually went for a bathroom break, I guess. But I asked you the same question, brother.
What's up?
What are your thoughts and sentiments about the success of Battletoads and how it's being accepted after all the negativity when it was first shown, before it was even a thing, before we saw the final product, and people were saying it's gonna be trash, it's not gonna be worth your time, and crazy stuff that it was so bad that I don't even think Microsoft did a physical copy because they were so afraid that it might not do well. But it's been actually on the contrary, it's been the complete opposite. It's done a lot better than expected. People are enjoying it, and to our surprise, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
And the other thing is too that there is a divide, like I said, but it's not as bad as you would have thought, I guess is what I'm saying. What are your thoughts on it, brother?
Well, first I want to say I was really happy to see that come on the Rare Replay, you know, on the collection of rare games that came out that you can buy for the Xbox. And
nice.
Playing as the old school one that was on the NES on there was fantastic, man. It just brought back a lot of memories. And then playing the, I guess it was the arcade version of Battletoads.
Yes.
It was also on there.
We never got that before. Absolutely.
And I honestly, I never played that version before, so it was great to play and experience that, you know, on a Rare Replay collection.
Right.
But the new Battletoads, I think the art style is very unique. It has beautiful colors and backgrounds. I like the way the art style of the the characters and everything. And I'm stuck on it actually. I'm actually stuck at a part where you have to move these blocks and you got to get past this one board. I can't do it. It's really hard. You have to like figure out how to open up these.
Yes, I know exactly.
You know what I'm talking about?
It's very reminiscent of what you had to do with the circuit boards in Spiderman PS4, where you gotta line up the circuits in order for them to match, and then you can open up the door. Yeah, that shit was a pain. I didn't like that. They put a lot of it also in there. Yeah.
but besides that, I'm just very happy to see, honestly, to see Battletoads back, man. I mean, it's a beautiful game. I'm loving the game. I like the combat in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like the humor also in the game. It's very humorous.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
It
know what I
has a good
mean?
yeah,
Well, the
great
Yeah.
dialogue
writing,
is
great writing.
excellent.
Is that?
Right, Sega Forever? They all have their different
Yeah,
personalities,
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and
yeah. Very well done. Yeah.
it doesn't. And I honestly, brothers, I don't pay attention to Metacritic whatsoever. I know people like to watch Metacritic sometimes, but I just don't pay attention to what they have to say. I like to
Wow,
experience
act
it
like finals
myself.
with critic.
You
They
know what I
act like
mean?
that's alcohol and they drink it all day.
Yeah. I mean, because if you think about it, Hebot, even if you surf channels and you want to say, let me find out how Battletoads is, those guys will pop up.
Right,
You
right,
know what I mean? And then, some people just don't want to try the game for themselves. They want to hear like sites like that talk about it and whatever have you. And it's always negative about some of those types of games. And sometimes it just takes the wind out of the people, and they're like, well, nah, I'm just going to listen to Metacritic, man. I'm not going to try the game. I'm
right,
not even
right,
going to
right.
try it on Game Pass. If I have Game Pass, I'm going to listen to them. And that's so wrong today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to play the game yourself and enjoy it, and try to enjoy it for yourself, and then you can decide how you feel about it, not what somebody tells you. You know what I mean?
Right, right. I mean, look.
No, but
Uh,
Game Pass is really starting to change
oh yeah,
that thinking.
that
You
type
know.
of mentality. I think.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah,
I think Game Pass is one of the reasons why it's getting good reception, because people are going in with no risk of having to buy it without really knowing if it's going to be good, playing it, thoroughly enjoying it with their kids and everything, and then
right.
being like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win,
Yeah,
not only for the developer, for Microsoft, for the series, for the
and
franchise, for the IP. You know?
Hebot. Look at all
Yeah.
these different types of games that are going in Game Pass. Look at this. Look at the one game that's getting all this shine right now, which is Tell Me Why. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Love that
Right.
game.
Yeah, the game is good.
And I beat both 1 and 2 chapters. I just kept playing it. I didn't stop. As soon as it came out, I downloaded it and I played it until I beat it. It's a really good
Mhm.
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, that's what it is. That's what Phil always said. That was always his intention. It was about discovery. Discovery that somehow or otherwise people would not take because of the fact that you have to pay up front. So
yeah,
thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. I mean, very good points. Now, Unlimited, let me know what you think, brother, because I know you thoroughly enjoying the game. I saw you tweeting out gameplay as well. And as always, you've never turned or swayed to any other way. If you like a game, you like it. You don't care if it looks like cartoon. You don't care if it looks pixelated. You don't care if it looks high quality photorealistic graphics. You just enjoy games. So let me know, what are your thoughts, brother? Are you happy with the success? Are you shocked by the success? Are you not surprised at all? Like, let me know what you think. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, and here's why I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Last year, Microsoft had a report that said that Xbox Game Pass subscribers play and buy more games than non-subscribers.
That's right.
yes,
They
yes.
both play and buy more games. And after reading that article, it really opened my eyes to the power of Game Pass. That Game Pass is even more than it's even more than the Netflix of gaming, in the sense that on Netflix you can't buy what you're watching. But no, and it didn't, and not only that, all the games are now successful that's come to Game Pass. How many devs have said that they've seen an increase in sales and engagement when a game goes to Game Pass? How many smaller devs has had a lot of success? Man, I wish I wish I kept notes of devs who, like, their games have went to Game Pass and have done better than, say, the PlayStation version of its game.
Hmm.
You know, so I'm not the least bit surprised at the success. And like the whole Metacritic stuff, for me, when I say that reviews don't matter, it's a literal statement. And I say that because I've noticed that a lot of people in the community, they'll say that it doesn't matter when a game they like gets hate on,
Right.
but the
Right.
minute a game that they do like reviews well, they're bragging. For me, it's a literal statement. I don't. It doesn't factor into anything. It's never factored in it in my personal opinion.
Right. Right.
Um,
Right.
for example, y'all were talking about tell me why. Personally, that style of game is not for me.
That's right.
And there's nothing, there's no review out there that's ever going to change my mind. I just don't like games
Yeah, it's
where
just
I
not for you.
yeah,
Mm,
where I or that are that style. But Battletoads, man, Battletoads, it's a great game. I love everything about it. I mean, it's tough as hell. Hey, I play tough games all the time. And the game even made me rage quit. But you know what? That rage quit really brought me back to my childhood, man. All right,
And harken you
y'all
to those
remember
days, right?
that Lion King game? That game, I don't think a
Oh
game has
my
pissed me
God.
off. I don't think a game in my life has pissed me off more than that Lion King
I
game.
know exactly what
But
you're
man,
talking
that's what Battletoads had me doing. Like at some point, I had to pause and take a break. I had to stop playing for a day or two because I was started up like, oh, this motherfucking game, this motherfucking game. But
We
hey, man,
all understand where you're coming from.
Hey,
yeah,
See,
but
don't
hey,
throw that controller, man. Don't throw that
yeah,
controller.
exactly.
We ain't paying
especially
thirty
when you
dollars
got
no more.
that nice, when you got that
But
nice crisp controller, that custom controller that you don't want to mess up, and they get you to the point you're like, about to
oh,
break my sleep.
look, man, and I got a bunch of those custom controllers too, so I can't be breaking my damn Sea of Thieves
Uh-huh.
controller over this
That's right.
game.
Yeah, hell no.
Yeah,
See,
just
Yeah,
walk away, bro. Just walk away.
exactly. But yeah, man, but this game is great. The art style is absolutely fantastic. I mean,
right.
Yes,
but
it is.
but like my favorite thing about the game is that I could just tell how much the devs love what they're working on. Like I
Right.
could
Yep.
feel the love in the game, and
Oh
it
yeah,
just
yeah.
makes
You
it
could
all that much more
feel,
enjoyable.
you could tell that they loved Battletoads DIP and that they were trying to
Yeah,
bring their own flavor, meanwhile respecting what was already established
exactly.
and built there. You could tell. Absolutely, I
Yeah.
agree. I mean,
Yeah,
the
like
cutscenes.
this game respected, like even from the get go, they're making fun of how it's been like 27 years
Yeah,
since the last Battletoad, and it's like, yeah,
yeah,
you get it. When you
yeah,
first play
yeah,
games, like you get it.
yeah.
It's like
They get it.
they they've made this game for us older gamers, man,
Yeah,
because they
yeah.
get it. They know the references. They know what we experience. They don't shy away from how difficult the game could be while
Right.
also making it accessible and fun.
And
It's
then
it
having a learning curve. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like Streets of Rage 4 was an important game for me earlier this year because Streets of Rage was one of my favorite games growing up,
Same here.
and I didn't grow up on Battletoads because I didn't really have a Nintendo, the Nintendo system that it was on. But I
Hmm.
still understood. I still got it, and I absolutely love the game for that reason.
Yeah, yeah. You
That
can't take
it,
away
it
from Battletoads.
I,
Absolutely. Yeah,
I even and I think the variety had made it a better game than Streets of Rage 4 for me personally because
yeah, yeah.
it's beat 'em up, shoot 'em up, platformer. There's some not really race, I guess speeding. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah,
Aspect
yeah.
racing, whatever it is.
Corridor stuff. Yeah, yeah. I know
Yeah,
exactly what
yeah.
with the
It
vehicles.
yeah, it has mini games and it's all intertwined into a very funny
The mini
story.
games.
Like I want this. I want it, like put this on a as a Netflix or Hulu series or something for me.
Yeah.
I'd watch it in a heartbeat. It's hilarious. It's
Okay.
genuinely hilarious too, and
Yeah.
it's such a home run that I want this game to do one thing for Microsoft. Microsoft, have confidence in these smaller games as well. Put
Right.
out the physical version as well. Don't shy away because there are people that are going to hate your games no matter what. Please
That's right.
ignore them. Understand that we love this stuff. We love these games. I
Yeah.
love the game.
There's an
Don't
audience.
shy away from it possibly failing. Let the gamers decide because we've decided with our wallets when it came to Game Pass already that it's a huge hit. Let us decide with these games that it's going to be a hit.
Right.
This is a win. This is a huge win, and
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it just as much as y'all do.
Well, look, listen. Thank you for sharing. Excellent answer. I feel a lot of the things you said. I have the same sentiment. The production value, even though it's supposed to be a smaller game, feels very, very high. which was a pleasant surprise because that cartoon cutscenes that they did is so well done. Like you said, they can literally make a Netflix series out of it and put it on Netflix or even anywhere, Amazon Prime, Hulu, whatever. And I think it will do fantastic. I think it would be a hoot because it's good. It's for the adult, it's for the teens, it's for the kids. It has a little bit for everyone. Because even the humor didn't get too raunchy this time around, but it still has indirect raunchiness. You know what I mean? If you know what I
It's
mean.
very tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
It's very tongue in cheek, and the timing is just the comedic timing. The writing is just awesome.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah. Dude, when they showed the guy, the skeleton character, for TSD signing autographs while he was sitting there, nobody was standing on the line, I was dying. I was like, oh, look
Yeah.
at that. That is hysterical. They understand it, absolutely. Hey, Dead Rising Ninja, thank you for stopping by. He says, I wish Marvel had sold the Marvel rights to Spider-Man back in the day. Listen, I think me, you, Marvel, and the entire Marvel staff and Disney wishes they never did that. But, it is what it is. Marvel was going to go bankrupt. They
Yeah.
were
Yeah. They had
ugly.
some troubles in
It
the
was a
90s,
very
man.
ugly time for them where they almost would have died. And to be honest, if it wasn't for them selling Punisher, Hulk, X-Men, Fantastic Four,
well,
they
they actually go bankrupt.
Hero, I gotta respectfully cut in right quick. My wife wants me to take her to Walmart, and they close at 10 o'clock down here, so I gotta, I gotta go. Thanks for having me
All right,
on, and
Prime.
Yeah, man. It was
I
It was
got
good
one
good for
thing to
you to be
say.
here, Prime.
Some of y'all might wonder why I took my YouTube channel down. I got a specific reason. I'm really on pause. I'm gonna come back, but if anybody
Okay.
wants to talk to me about it, I'll tell you personally. It's not something I can say on national YouTube TV. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody already knows, so
Yeah.
it's a personal reason. But I don't have a problem sharing with y'all. So thank you for having me on. God bless you guys, and that's all I got to say. Thank you.
All right,
All right,
NWO
brother.
Prime. All right, brother.
Prime, thank you for at least taking the time. I
Yeah,
guess
man.
you couldn't hear me. That's fine. Yeah, Prime is awesome, and I always feel bad that a lot of people never even give me a chance to have a presence anywhere. So I've always tried to get him on, even when I started back then. We got next earlier with Dorian. I tried to get him on, and I'm glad that he comes on. Even when we did it with Sega Man, I think it was with me. Sega Forever did a podcast with him first for the very first time. He
You know, he's
premiered.
he's he was so nervous, man, but he's such a natural. Dude. You should do these more.
Yeah, he's
That's all I'm
a
gonna tell him.
and he's well
He's a
spoken.
good guy, man.
Good guy, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
very good guy.
And people think that his weirdness and satire on his channel is him, but that's not him at all. So I'm glad he made the time, and I want him to know he's part of the family and the panel. He can come on anytime that he has the time to come in. So, guys, pretty much Talk Master. I didn't get to you, right? No, I did not.
No,
Talk.
you did not.
Please tell me, what do you think and how do you feel? And I'm sorry about that, my brother. I didn't mean to forget you. I'm just getting old. Please forgive me. What do you feel about the success of Battletoads after it was getting hate unwarranted when it wasn't even released, when we didn't really know all the details, and how it obviously doing better than what we expected, and for which is good for because the IP has an opportunity to live on and have sequels from this point forward. Obviously, how do you feel about it? What do you think? Are you happy with it? Are you surprised? Are you shocked? Or it doesn't make any difference with you because maybe you don't like the IP. I don't know. Let us
No,
know.
no, I love it. I love the game. I love the game. The game is fire. As far as I'm concerned, it's just the fact that I was surprised. I mean, because I didn't. I mean, because they never did. They never did show anything at the showing events or anything like about the game was going to come. I was surprised that the game came this fast. I didn't know
Right,
it would come this fast. So they caught me off by surprise. So
right,
I think they caught a little bit of everybody else off surprise too. But y'all
right,
forgot one thing scenario of which I forgot to mention.
right.
It's an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
absolutely.
not going to Sony. So if
Right,
it was going to Sony,
Better
they
not
would.
go to the Switch.
Yeah, it is not going to Switch. Well, Phil Spencer already said already that he ain't doing that crap no more.
mm-hmm.
Because they, you want to backstab him in the back. He said, "Heck with you, I ain't doing it no more." So I don't blame Phil for that. But let's just be honest. I mean, the game is a beautiful game. It is hard. It's hard, but it's a beautiful game. It's a well done. orchestrated of the game. The colors is great. The frauds got their own different personalities. You can't beat it. The media they can talk all the noise all they want to, but it is what it is. They're giving it good scores now, and that's good. But the thing about it is, it's still. I mean, I'll put like this. You got to see what's going on with Super Lucky Tales on since it's going to PS5, since it's going to Sony now. They love the hell out of that game now. Is that strange? Is that strange how when it was on the Xbox, they didn't oh, it's dog crap. It ain't no good.
Right.
They're playing it.
Well, me and E-Rock spoke about it day one, and E-Rock did an excellent video on it. That nobody cared. It was garbage, even though it was $30, a new IP, trying to find an audience.
Right.
Very, very well done, and nobody cared. Oh, it's garbage, it's trash. This is a kiddie game. And then as soon as it came to the Switch, everybody was praising it. And then now that it's on PlayStation, nobody's talking about it. So I just
they're letting the hell out of it now. I said that overwhelmed me. You know what I mean? You know, I was talking about this to my friend. Oh, it's dog crap. I said, but now since it's gone to PS5, now it's gone to PS4. Oh, I'm loving it. I got to go home and play more of that game now.
Right.
You know, man, I said, dude, you ain't know a big old hypocrite.
Well, it's like Shenmue. Shenmue 3 did horribly. They didn't know Shenmue.
Yeah.
And they did it horribly, and he still won't bring it to Xbox. Now what he's doing is he announced that he's doing a anime show, I believe. Netflix? Or
yeah, it should be Netflix.
It's one of those streaming services. I forgot which one it is, but it's an anime style.
Oh no, Crunchy. It might be Crunchyroll. It might be Crunchyroll.
Okay. Well,
but as far as I'm concerned, it's a beautiful game. It's done right. Everything.
So Tuck is not giving you stress levels to like almost have a heart attack because you are older. And it is tough.
Don't get me wrong. Yes, that damn game it will get you stressful in a heartbeat.
But right?
But I love it. I mean, it's good. I mean, hey, it's just like the original Battletoads, but just better.
Right.
So that's all I got to say on that. So,
well, I hope they do a co-op mode, like I said, so I can play with all. We could take turns and play together as a team.
Yeah,
but it's fun. I'm playing with my boys. I'm excited that I'm playing with my boys. I'm happy because we don't get to play a lot of things together, and that makes it feel happy because it shares memory with them that I really don't get to share much with them because they're older now and they have different tastes than me, obviously. Go ahead, Sega Man. I heard you.
Ebot?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hey, I want to ask you this because I never asked you this real quick.
Sure.
Why won't they bring Shamu over to Xbox? I mean, it used to be on the OG Xbox, Shamu too. So why won't they bring it over?
My personal opinion, I think it's just because Yu Suzuki is very anti-American. Because what he did was he went and had a feud with Sega, right? When Sega became more Americanized, after all the stuff changed and Sega Japan basically, wasn't as successful as Sega of America, not having support, they blackmailed themselves basically, which led to a lot of different things. And he had a feud with Sega where he went to court and he was suing them for the property rights they created, like Outrun, like Afterburner. And if you guys remember on the 360 on the arcade, they had Afterburner, Climax Arcade, and Outrun. SP and something else. It was a new reboot of Outrun, and they both were in the arcade, and they came to the Xbox Live Arcade market and PlayStation 3. But what he did was he made sure that Sega took out all those games out from the marketplace. And they stayed on the PS3 for a long time. Then I think later on they came out on PS3 because I think he went to court and they won the whole settlement, or they made some type of settlement and he won the settlement. But the Shenmue property, I think it's shared. That's why he couldn't do it without Sega's name on it, even though they didn't publish it or put money for it. and that's why he went to Kickstarter. And I think
Yeah.
it's the same thing with Virtual Fighter, and I think with Virtual On, because those are his creations too, if I'm not mistaken. And they're still on Xbox and they're backwards compatible, which is a rarity. So I wish
Will we ever see that?
huh?
Will we ever see another Virtual Fighter game?
I think a big part of it that we haven't is because of him. To be honest
Yeah.
with you, I think he's just
There's
been
a lot of bad blood between Sega and Yu Suzuki.
and Yu Suzuki, yeah, a lot of bad blood. And people want
A
to
lot
say
of
that
bad
he's
blood.
greedy, but the man hasn't made money in a long time. So I'm assuming, based on what you see, because they never really spoke about it publicly, that maybe Sega didn't give him enough percentages, or he figured that they weren't giving it to him because they were hiding it from him and were cutting him off and kind of cheating him. But
Yeah.
he never got it. But then again, I think it's just that Sega hasn't been making the type of money that they used to, obviously, since they went to software only, and they probably couldn't pay a lot of these guys that were, pioneers. Because Yuji Naka, he left Sega, he went to Square.
Hey, man, I gotta get ready to go because I'm getting sleepy.
Oh, no problem.
I gotta get to 5 o'clock in the morning. So, hey, y'all fellas, y'all have a nice day.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to know who won this thing because
Well, what I'm gonna do,
they're gonna enjoy the game. They will enjoy the game.
I gave specific instructions to read comments on how they feel and what they're looking forward to about the game. And me looking at the comments throughout the whole show, no one did it. No one. Now, no one did it. They were just
No one
commenting
did
on
it?
No one did it. They were just talking about the show itself, I guess, or what we were talking about, the topics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pick out, after we end it, discuss it with the rest of the guys and pick out maybe whoever was the most active or whoever said the most interesting question or whatever, and we'll pick a winner, and I'm going to announce it on Twitter after the show, like maybe 20 minutes after the show.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm trying to be fair. Plus, I told them that they had to subscribe to us and follow us on social media, which is Twitter and Instagram. And I also said that, they had to DM me privately in order for me to get their gamer tag and, gift them the game. So, let's see what happens. But thanks, Tuck, for stopping by. I hope I talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
And I hope that, you had a fun time, like we always have having you on.
Yes, I did, like I always do. So fellas, good night, and I'll talk
All
to you.
right, Tuck. All right, brother.
Okay, I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure, brother. You know how it is. Love you very much. Have a good night.
All right, Tuck, man.
Okay.
Take it easy, Tuck.
So,
Go ahead.
So but before you do the giveaway, I didn't know. Was it the same way with Yuji Naka too? Bad blood.
Yeah, I think it's
Yuji
just
has a
no.
he has a pretty good relationship. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. No. Yuji Naka, I don't think so much had bad blood with him. I think he had a good relationship with Sega. I just think Yuji Naka grew out of Sega because he realized Sega was concentrating too much on not innovation, but what's making them some type of money, which is Yakuza, right? Which is the 1,000th game of Sonic in the generation, changing the formula, and then people not appreciating it or liking it enough or getting mixed reviews. You know what I'm trying to say? Things like that. So, things like that is what I think drove Yuji Naka away, because if you see, he went to Square, and immediately after he went to Square, he already announced his brand new game. And to be honest, his game looks like a spiritual successor to Nights into Dreams.
Oh, really?
That's what it looks like. Yeah, like a spiritual successor.
Even Billy Hatcher and the Wonder.
Billy Hatcher,
it's like
on the Wii. Yeah,
it's a culmination of like a lot of his games.
Yes.
That's what it looks like,
yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks nice. I definitely am intrigued. 5B29, thank you for stopping by. Yes, imagine having to tell a gamer man you love him before he gets off and call you tomorrow. Well, listen, me and Tuckmaster have been lovers for a very long time. But you know why I can admit that? I can admit that on air because I'm a man that I am so sure of my masculinity and my manhood. So that's called being real friends, brother. So, maybe you should figure out how to not be so intimidated to be affectionate in life or, showing loving care to people that care about you. But again, I
Yeah.
can't question you because I don't know you
Yeah.
5BT9, I love all my brothers and I'll say it with pride and I'll say it, with no remorse, with no hesitation or no second thought because I'm sure of myself. I'm a man with a wife, children that I love dearly with all my heart. And,
Well,
fine. I have no problem.
maybe maybe B52 or 5B9. Maybe if you really need to come out of the closet, just come out, man. We'll still like you. You can still come over here and check our channel out. I
Yeah.
mean, we ain't racist. We ain't
So real,
prejudiced.
so real quick, we're getting some comments in. Super Dad said, I should be in Avengers. Ha! You know what? After what you went through, brother, I agree 1,000%. 1,000%. And genuinely, thank you again for being part of the whole show. I saw you down there. It's gonna be hard to pick. I've seen a couple people always down there giving us love and support. He says I've been loving Avengers, but I've already got already got so don't pick it up. Oh, okay. I don't get it, but okay.
Now
Maybe
he's
I missed.
saying you think already has the game, so don't choose him when you choose a
Oh, you
winner.
already have it. Thank you. Oh, you know what? That's a great point. For those of you who have it, let me know because I want to give it to someone that generally and genuinely does not have it. Okay. For those of you who have it, please let me know because I want to give it to people that don't have it. I want to be fair. Okay. GG and have a great weekend, boss. Whatever. Pokemon Fusion, thank you for stopping by. Wow, think of all the rules. Let's see. Real quick, guys. Rest in peace. My typing meant love is life. LOL. Thank you again for your Pokemon Fusion for your comment. I think it's called Zomber Roach or Zombie Roach. This podcast sounds cultist, weirdos. Oh, okay.
Called it.
No problem. I guess we're having some video game lover fans dropping by. Looking forward to Avengers. If I win, I plan on to. Oh, your main character is to be a Black Widow. Oh, nice, nice. I hope you win. So, guys, good luck. Like I said, I'm going to pick randomly now when we get off with my buddies and my members, and hopefully make the announcement in 20 minutes on Twitter. I appreciate you stopping by, and whoever wins, good luck. And I hope you enjoy the game. So, guys, real quick, give yourself an outro. Let people know where you can find you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for making this a reality and possibility. Because without you, this AAA giveaway was not a possibility. We assembled like the Avengers, right? Like my masters of the gaming community or the gaming universe. So we'll start with you, Unlimited. Tell me where they can find you, and tell them whatever else you need to.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find me at my YouTube channel, Unlimited Production One, or on Twitter at JesusZilla1. Uh, yeah. As always, thank you for having me. It was great hanging out with y'all, including FaZe and NWO Prime and Tuck. Uh, but yeah, and also good luck to the winner. As I said, I'm hearing good things about the game.
Yes,
Have
sir.
fun with it, y'all. Enjoy gaming. It's a great hobby. And yeah, I don't have any much else to say. We had a great show, and I hope everybody watching enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Thanks again, Unlimited, for being here, my brother. Like always, looking forward to the next one already. Uh, Sega Man, tell them where they can find you. Let me know how you felt, if you had a good time, and you know, talk to me, brother.
Hey man, I just want to let you know, this is going to be a very memorable night because we had our longtime brother in here, Sega Forever, been wanting to do this for a long time. a podcast with our brother Sega Forever. You know what I mean? And
Thanks, man.
and to have yeah, much respect to Sega Forever, man. Check out his channel, and it was good to have NWO Prime in here. Was finally to do something with him, man. You know what I mean? Was just really awesome. You know what I mean? This was a great We Got Next podcast with my brother Unlimited Productions One.
Thank you.
Always putting down them facts, man, on his channel. I watch him every day. He makes something. You know what I mean? He's gonna be. I mean, man, him and Phase 114, man. I'm telling you, man. They're gonna light up YouTube, man. I mean, these guys have some talent. They know what they're talking about when it comes to gaming.
Have the
You know what I
passion.
mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Unlimited Productions One, man. I mean, I'm telling you. I mean, he knows what he's talking about. Phase 114, up and coming young brother. You know what I mean? And it was just a great show tonight. And congratulations to whoever wins the Avengers game. We really appreciate you coming out here and watching us on We Got Next with Heatbot. You know what I mean? Much respect, guys. Much respect. And have a good night and good evening.
Thank you for always being so kind, so classy, and having my back, like everyone else here at all times, even if it's a last minute thing. You guys never stray away from me, and you guys always keep it real and always show me a lot of love. So thank you, Sega man. And last but certainly not least, my brother Sega Forever. I'm glad I was able to take you out of your little somewhat retirement for the moment. Hopefully, it won't be another year before we get you back on, because I know you're very busy. And whenever I do We Got Next, you're part of this panel, part of this family. You know that. That's without question. And you're always,
Yeah, no doubt.
let them know where they can find you. Let them know how you feel. I hope you had fun, and then take it away, brother.
Yeah, it was a pleasure, and it was an honor for me too, man. I've been watching you guys for a long time, Sega man, and Sega man. I know you've been on for a while, but it's good, man. I'm glad you're coming out, dude, and starting to reveal yourself a little bit more.
Oh yeah,
Unlimited as well. Unlimited as well, man. This is one of the reasons why I feel that I can kind of chill, because like Hebot said, like I got issues with I got issues as well, and we all got busy lives. But yeah, it was kind of hard, because you see a lot of the Xbox guys that we followed, or some of these guys that used to be hardcore, just kind of fall off, and it was getting rough out there, man. And it's good to see guys that actually, like I said, have a voice, but also like the product, like actually play games, So I'm enjoying it, man, and you guys keep it up, dude. I mean, just sitting back here and watching you guys take over, man. You guys got that drive, and that's something that I really respect. And then for people out there that you want to follow Xbox guys, these are the guys you need to follow. There's other people out there, they're just doing it for clicks, or they're doing it for their channel, and a lot of them, I mean, I don't mind that they do that if they're not, faking it. And because we've had a lot of people like that too. There's people that probably do stuff on video games, and they're a multi-console person, so they'll cover Xbox,
That's right.
randomly and stuff like that. That's fine. But I'm talking, if you want the hardcore, real guys, the people that can tell you, because if we actually did a podcast, like I get this a lot, like why don't we ever say anything about Microsoft? But what you guys don't understand, that we could do an entire podcast complaining about Microsoft.
Yeah.
Right.
And the stuff that they do and the stuff that they don't do. That's not the point. The point of it is that Microsoft doesn't really give us a reason to hate them as much. And one of the reasons why we don't hate Microsoft as much is because there's people out there hating Microsoft so much that it actually makes it good for us. I never worry about Microsoft or Game Pass or them charging us. When they're telling us about these new games coming out, it's not like Microsoft is going to get ahead of that and start charging us $80. This is an industry thing, because Microsoft wouldn't think about doing that. You know why? Because Microsoft can't. If Nintendo does it, fine. Because it's Nintendo. If Sony does it, supposedly it's pushing the industry forward. But when Microsoft does this kind of stuff, they're going to get hammered for it. But we benefit from that. But but if you want to hear real Xbox, real people that actually use the console, that can tell you stuff about the features. Like just the other night, I found out when I was looking at the videos, you can only see them, when you drop down and you select the video, you can't enlarge it. What you have to do is when you're on, so I was looking at some of the games I was going to purchase, and I wanted to view the trailers. I like that they play automatically, but I wanted to view them on my 4K TV, right, in full screen, and I didn't know how to do it. And so I was sitting there trying to figure it out, and all you have to do is when you're on the title screen, you just press up. And when you press up, the trailer, it'll go up and the trailer will play in full. So that's what I'm talking about. This is the kind of stuff you'll get from us if we actually use the console. It's not about console war or what sales it makes. We'll talk about that stuff, but that's not our main goal. But yeah, thanks for having me on the podcast. I'd love to come back. I mean, like you're saying though, it's schedule and all this other crap going on. But
Yeah.
just
I mean,
just
whenever
keep on doing what you guys are doing.
Whenever you can, this is your home, and you're more than welcome. You don't even need an invite. You know the drill.
Oh, but before you end it, hey Sega Forever, I just want to piggyback off something real quick.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, like Microsoft has been so pro-consumer that I don't even think people realize it. And I forgot to mention this earlier, and Sega Forever really reminded me. When The Witcher was announced, they were getting all the praise for doing smart delivery basically with The Witcher 3.
Right.
But nobody gives credit for Microsoft for being the first one and so far the only one that's really pushing for the free next gen upgrade.
Right.
Like if you think about it, when do we first hear it? The reason why we know it's called smart delivery is because Microsoft was pushing that.
Yeah.
And then the report came soon after. They're pushing hard for developers to have it. And I believe the only reason why Madden has their confusing version of smart delivery is because of Microsoft.
Right.
So
They wanted to make more money doing what they always do, being schemers.
exactly.
Microsoft made it kind of hard for them to do that.
Yeah, and so now they have a very weird compromise where there's a window for the upgrade, but there's at least something there.
Yeah, at least they're trying to do something, right?
Yeah.
Real quick, Seance Squad or Seance Quad 92. I know you came in late. Listen, man, the giveaway hasn't been done yet. You can leave a comment on Twitter. I'm going to try to do it within 20 minutes of why you want the Avengers game, what you're looking forward to. You have to subscribe to all of our channels and the panel members. So you have to go back and look at the beginning of the show and see who was here. And follow us on social media. And then whoever I pick, when we make the choice after the show, I will announce it on Twitter. Then you have to direct message me on social media, either Twitter or via Instagram. And I will get your gamer tag, okay? And I will gift it to you directly. It will happen today, tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. The game is up and loaded and ready to go for you. So that's the rules of it. And Pokemon Fusion, thank you for the coming by as well. Daz, thank you for saying that the show was great. I'm glad you were able to enjoy yourself. Shinyu Elite, thank you for saying the show was great as well. Very kind words. Thank you to all those who stopped by, being positive and showing love. That's it, guys. That is the next, the episode of the latest episode of We Got Next. Until the next one, I'll see you guys soon. And I'll see you hopefully, sooner better than later. Stay safe. Be humble. Remember, we're still going through a pandemic in a lot of places. We don't want this to get worse and go outbreak again. Just, keep it gaming, guys. And remember that, this is all for good fun. Don't take it too personally. Till the next one, guys. Bye-bye.
Peace.
All right, take it easy.
All right, brothers.